And welcome to the Cyber Shindig podcast, everybody. The Halloween special edition. Ooh. What's going on, you guys? We're here with our special fucking guest of the day, the Halloween queen, the improvisational master.
Ooh,
Kayla Belec. Welcome to the Cyber Shindig studio.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. Thank you for calling me the Halloween queen. It's been a while since anybody's acknowledged that.
I know, right? I'm surprised you didn't bring your crown or nothing.
I know.
I was kind of bummed.
I didn't think you guys would really appreciate it. So I left it home, but we can pause and I can go get it.
She has like the maid come by every week just to dust it off too. Yeah. Just in like the little glass case and everything. So
it's like a whole altar.
Yeah.
It's good. Definitely.
Well, thanks for fucking being here. I really, like I said, I really appreciate it. That's awesome.
Thank you.
We've been like hyping up this episode and I was like, dude, it's going to be so fun. Like we're doing all sorts of fun little Halloween games and stuff too. Like,
I feel the pressure now.
No,
better be a good episode.
Just keep drinking those IPAs. You'll be all right. That's how I
keep
get
them
by.
coming. Keep them coming, and we'll have lots to talk about.
You're good. Mike's driving you home.
Yeah,
so that's so.
This is true. I have a DD.
Yeah, you're
good.
set. So, Mike, do you want to explain what the hell like is going on? Because we're all all dressed up differently here, and like,
guys, it is the Halloween special edition episode of the Cyber Shindig podcast. Tonight is going to be a great night. We have some games lined up we're going to do. Where it's some spooky sounds, some spooky movies we're going to listen to. Try and guess what that is. We're going to tell some scary stories. We got some stellar scary stories, so stick around for that. It's going to be a great time. But of course, what we do every episode, we're going to go ahead and talk about our weekly breakdowns.
What are you wearing though? Like
I was going to say, before that, we're all in costume. For you that don't watch the YouTube videos, which you should definitely watch the YouTube videos.
Do it.
We're all wearing costumes. I'll go ahead and go down. I am wearing my cat ears because I'm going to be a cat for Halloween. In part 2 of this, I'm going to be wearing a different costume, so stick around for that.
Ooh.
Kayla?
Oh, okay. I'm a French person. I wasn't quite sure if we were doing costume or not. I didn't really have a whole lot of time to prepare through some, I like pulled some stuff out and I was like, yeah, I'm a French person now.
I like it. It works.
I feel pretty in character. I feel like, this is a pretty good look.
If you had like a long cigarette hanging out of your mouth.
I wish, like the cigarette holder.
You got it. That big black piece that and it holds it out there like
but it's
10
too
foot.
long.
You're like,
yeah,
like Corella DeVille.
Oh,
She's out here, like murdering Dalmatians and shit. You'll be perfect for it.
That would damn. Wish I had some black and white hair dye and I would have been a better costume.
Right.
Her crown is actually Dalmatian skin.
Oh my God.
Of the Halloween queen.
Bones of Dalmatian dogs.
Specifically Dalmatian.
Yes.
And Johnny, what are you dressed as, sir?
So I kind of was in Kayla's boat where I was just like, fuck, I waited too long. I was going to go to the Halloween store yesterday. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'll find something at the house. But so I've got on one of Carol's Hawaiian button-up shirts.
It looks like straight out of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Pretty much. It kind of, it definitely, now that you said that, it definitely does. And then I just got like a hat, a fanny pack, some sunglasses, and I have my camera down here. So I'm basically like a tourist.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The fanny pack sells it for me.
Yeah. If you guys could see, I'd have like a backpack and shit on too. Maybe like holding a map. Oh, and I have these too that I'll put on sometime during the show.
Mighty mustache.
Mighty mustache. It's like a 6-pack of mustaches.
Each a different style.
There, right?
You got to put all of them on, though. That's the only way you're going to deal with
nice.
that. Mm-hmm.
Put them all. I'll just take my shirt off, just stick them around my body.
You just happen to be able to grow mustaches.
Dude, what if that was your superpower?
I'd be really fucking
like,
upset.
You had a really bum,
yeah, what can you accomplish with that?
You could give all the hair, like shave it and give it to Locks for Love or
Donate
something.
it.
I guess.
Just shave off
you
all
go in
hair.
an interview and the boss is like, do you have any special talents, abilities? And you're like, yeah, watch this.
Like, hold my beard.
Take a look at this.
Wait, do they just grow on your upper lip or do they grow all over your body?
I feel like they should grow all over your body.
That's what I would think too.
Yeah, because then it's like, it's so unexpected. Like you're in that interview and you're like, oh yeah, I got something special to show you. And then you like just slowly start taking your clothing off and then there's mustaches all over your body.
Your shoulder blade, like your back is just covered.
That would actually be really disturbing. Like I'm getting kind of creeped out.
They would either hire you on the spot or they would like call security.
But what if
you.
they grew in like perfectly trimmed like mustache?
Coiffed.
Yeah, or like cop stash or whatever. You know what I mean? Like they were different styles of mustaches growing on your body too.
I don't know. I'd hire that person. I would trust them,
would too.
definitely.
They'd have to have some sort of corporate position.
Definitely.
They'd
be like,
I know.
or in a
Marketing.
circus. They'd either be in a circus or some like really, I don't know. That's some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shit right there, though.
Yeah, because they all had mustaches.
Yeah, they had some like, I don't know, some toxic waste dumped on them or something.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. Mike, what have you been up to this week, dude? It's been like, God, what? 2 weeks?
It's been about a week and a half.
A week
since
and a
we've
half?
seen.
Wow.
Well, not since we've seen each
Been
other.
a while.
It's been a while since we've recorded though at the old studio down here.
Very true. I can't
Yo.
take you seriously with those cat ears, man.
You better start taking me seriously,
I don't
boy.
know.
I feel like I've never taken you more seriously.
See,
Like you're capable of anything right now.
I don't know if I'm aroused or just kind of like, I don't know what the deal is.
it's the
Something.
first.
Mixed feelings on
Yeah,
Johnny's
something
end.
coming over.
Something new.
Something's happening. I need some like lovey-dovey theme song going on in the back.
That's weird.
Just kidding.
Mike's like,
It's kind of Mike's like,
okay.
I'm out. All right, later. Never wearing cat ears around Johnny again. Okay, noted.
So it's been kind of a crazy week and a half.
Yeah.
So when we last recorded, it was Thursday, and that was actually the last weekend for The Wood. I saw the
Yeah.
very last
Yes.
show of
Pretty
it.
fucking cool. I saw it. Me and Jesse went up and saw it
Yeah, you guys
on
went
a
to Flash Taco.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. We went to Flash Taco. So good.
But we actually, so afterwards, the imposters were nice enough to invite me through association of Mal
Big mistake.
to go to go out to a little like would you say it was like a bar
cast
and grill?
Party. Oh yeah, like a bar and grill pizza type place.
Yeah, but it
Cool.
was like a celebration for like Wood and like in general the imposters' first show.
Yeah.
Really nice, great people. So we went there and we had like this little pit all to ourselves. Like we made reservations for it.
Damn.
And the pizza was fucking slamming.
Oh my god.
Slamming. Kayla,
Huge pieces
how
of
big was
pizza.
the pizza?
Man.
I want to say it was the size. Wow, I can't think. Oh, you know, like those Billy Bass fishes that you put on your wall that like sing.
Yes.
That's how big these slices of pizza
Holy
were.
shit.
And they weren't just like a huge fucking slice of pizza. Like it was like a long. You know what I mean? Like the cheese was like
Yeah,
dripping.
it
like
was.
Like almost like a
It
New
was
York kind of style.
amazing.
It's like stuff you
Yeah.
see in movies.
Dude.
It was amazing.
It's like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
I don't know
Bring
why
it
you
back
keep
to
going
Oh
back.
yeah, there was some radioactive
Bringing
powers
it
going
back
on.
to the TMNT.
It was. It was.
Cool.
But it was
That
a
sounds
good
So
time.
that was last Thursday?
Yeah, it was last
was.
Thursday.
Nice.
Kayla was there, and Kayla and I, we had a great time.
Oh, we had a great time.
Yeah,
I
we had a
saw
great
Snapchats.
time.
Thank God we had each other.
Yeah.
Am I right?
I saw Snapchats of you guys singing country songs to
Oh
each
yeah,
other.
wait.
Just pissing Mal
What's our
off.
favorite song?
That's the Red Dirt Road.
It's where I drank my first beer.
What the f-
It's where I found Jesus. Where I wrecked my first car. I tore it all to pieces.
Who sings that one?
Brooks and Dunn, babe.
Brooks
Brooks and Dunn is,
Oh
can
my
I just say, the greatest country duo.
They're right up there with like Mozart and Bach.
Yeah, I mean, they should definitely go
Brooks
down
and
in
Dunn.
history.
I'm surprised they didn't send off some of their music in that big time capsule that's floating around space. What is that?
They probably do. What?
I
do you
mean, it's got to be up there.
It's like is it? It's not
Space
Sputnik.
Cats.
Sputnik. Space Cat. Street Smart.
But it was a good
Anyways,
time.
I don't know where it's
We
going.
definitely we were loving that country music. Me and Kayla, whenever we're around Mallory and Stefan, we
Yeah.
like to sing it because they hate it,
Oh, they hate it
Oh,
so much.
yeah,
hate
that's
it.
the greatest when you know someone doesn't like it, especially
Yeah.
like
and we just start fucking screaming.
Yeah.
at it.
We're like, you're going to like it. I know you're not
you're
going to.
gonna get used to it. At
But
least.
too bad. And what's like another great one is Garth Brooks, The Thunder Rolls.
Oh,
Thunder
yeah.
Road. I
Yeah,
think
that's a classic.
Garth Brooks.
I think that's how Kayla
what a
and I
legend.
Dude.
found
Yeah.
like that we loved country music
Yeah.
together.
Over
Yeah.
Garth,
The
you bonded.
Thunder Rolls.
You
Garth,
bonded over Garth.
the one
huh?
and only.
Is that his real name? Garth.
It's got it. It's
Yeah.
gotta
what's-
be.
My name's Garth.
I'm Garth Brooks.
Garth.
Oh my God. I just realized his name is Dark. I was going to say Darth Brooks, like Darth Vader. But his name is Garth Brooks and then Brooks and Dunn.
Oh shit.
Wow.
What the hell?
He's not in that band, is he?
Oh no. It's a different Brooks.
What if it was? It was him in like
He's disguised. He's been
Completely
living this double
different.
life
he's got
this whole
cat
time.
ears on and just singing country music. Like,
Like
I
Mike.
never put
What
that
can I
together. That's funny though. Garth Brooks. He's classic
He's a
stuff.
good guy.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
So that's what you did Thursday. That was the last
No,
night
that
of the
was
show.
Saturday.
Oh, Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. It
That
a
was
good
the last
time.
night of the show,
It
right?
was a good time, yeah.
Cool.
And they closed well. You guys, wasn't it a sold out show Saturday?
Sure was.
Yeah.
And Friday.
It was
I
sold out
believe.
when we went.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. It was a good show.
But it was a good time. And then
Yeah.
Tuesday, Mal and I went costume shopping.
Nice.
I got my costume, my little cat ears.
Yeah.
And we went to Halloween City, Party City, and
All right.
Jeez.
went to Target too. I couldn't find because at work we're having like an 80s theme.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Dude,
so I
you
couldn't
should-
find like anything like
You should have
80s.
went through like all your. I don't know. You probably wouldn't fit in all your old clothes, but like windbreakers
What the
and
fuck
shit.
does
like
that mean?
I mean, 80s, 90s. You were pretty young during that, so I'm assuming you hit a few growth
I
spurts.
wasn't born
those.
in the 80s. What
The
do you mean?
90s. you didn't you own like I feel like every 90s baby owned like a windbreaker
Oh, the
suit.
windbreaker with like
yeah.
a weird color.
Yeah,
scheme.
and if like you burned it out or something like the knees or something, you can't like that was it. They were done. You can't like patch a hole in a windbreaker.
I think I threw it away, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
It was like I had like a purplish black one.
I believe that.
Dude,
Ah.
I was styling on the fucking streets, man.
Guys,
Street style.
street
Johnny
style.
Goodrich street style.
But costumes are expensive these days. I
Oh.
got a
They're
cat.
so expensive.
It was just a cat tail. And it was $10 for the cat tail.
They nail you.
I'm sorry.
That sucks. So that's what you're being then for? Are you being the cat from?
Coraline, yes.
Okay.
Mallory's going as Coraline from the hit movie Coraline. And there's not really like her sidekick is a cat, so
Yeah.
I'm like, that's easy for me to
It's
do.
a creepy movie, honestly. For
It is.
kids.
It is a good movie. It's one of my like top 10 Halloween movies.
Just the parents' glazed eyes really freaked me out.
oh,
in
they
that
got
movie.
the button eyes.
Yeah,
They got it like
that's what it
sewn
was.
into them. Yeah,
Dude, fuck that.
it's a good time,
That's
man.
what nightmares are made of.
If you guys haven't watched Coraline, I would definitely advise it.
It's a cool one. It's Tim Burton, right?
Yes, I don't know if he
Is it?
directed it or produced it, but it is Tim Burton.
Something. He had something to do with it.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, definitely.
He's produced a lot of Halloween
Oh,
classics. I would
Yeah,
say.
he's got some great ones.
It's all those like animation ones with like
Yeah.
the dolls.
Mhm.
He
Stop
loves
motion.
them. Like Frankenweenie. Frankenweenie was a good one from Tim Burton.
Hell yeah. Did he do Hotel Transylvania?
No.
No.
Okay.
What? You can't compare. Hold on.
I know. I
You
was
Yeah,
just
that
playing.
was
Whoa.
that was a risk, Johnny.
There's 3 of them though, isn't there?
That was a
Yeah.
risk. I don't know why they keep making them.
Tim
I
Burton
don't-
doesn't do
Who's
sequels.
watching these movies?
Adam
Somebody.
Sandler. Just himself.
He just loves them. He's
He like
"God, I
fucking
love these
rents out
Hotel
the theater.
Transylvania movies.
He recently did a
Stand-up special.
stand-up
I
special.
watched it.
You told me about
Yep.
it. I watched like the first part where he's like rapping and he's talking
Oh,
about like
yeah.
the things you need, like phone, wallet, keys. Phone, wallet,
I
keys.
saw that as well.
I love
It's like
that. He did
phone,
pretty well.
wallet, passport, keys.
When he went to the
keys.
airport, it's like, what else do I need? It's like phone, laptop, Dell computer.
Yeah. Phone, tablet, wallet, passport, keys. By the end of it, he's got like a whole list of different shit that he's
It
bringing.
was pretty good. He still got it. I didn't think I'd enjoy it, but it was good.
There was parts that I liked more than other parts, but it was cool. He did like a whole Chris Farley tribute.
Did he?
Which, like, I
Oh.
teared up a little bit.
Aw.
It was really
Yeah.
fucking cool.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
He ended with a Chris Farley tribute song. It was really cool.
Okay.
And they had like all the old pictures playing in the background and stuff. So
Groovy.
yeah, it was a good
Really
one.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday, that's when I went to go get my hair cut here. I get it by Johnny's sister, Steph.
Yeah.
That's the only person I'll go to cut my locks.
Locks, luscious locks.
My luscious
She
locks.
cut a lot off of you too.
She
a lot
did.
Of
She made it-
responsibility.
I thought it would
right.
go a little short because my hair grows like rapidly. It's crazy.
Join the club, dude.
So I
It
was
sucks.
like, just fucking trim it a little closer this time.
yeah,
That
it
way I
looks
don't
good.
have to come back next week to get it cut again.
Honestly, that's the truth. I feel like I just got my hair cut and I need another one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the hell?
Something did happen Thursday right after my haircut. I'm not going to tell us what it was yet. Well, when we
Oh.
get to Johnny's
This
weekly
is
breakdown,
where our stories intertwine.
Do
Yes.
they? Oh, they
Each other.
they
overlap.
come together.
Yes, they do.
Whoa.
Mind blown. We actually hang out outside
I
this
know, right?
podcast.
Well, pretty much sometimes.
So I'll save that for Johnny's bit. Friday and Saturday, actually, I'll combine because I was at my grandparents' a lot. We're helping my grandfather clean out a lot of his stuff, getting stuff ready for auction.
Yeah.
And, dude, I fucking tell you, the things that he keep, we found, like, I think in total we've counted 250 tires
Jeez.
in
Oh.
general.
What
Wait.
the hell?
I'm picturing just a normal sized garage. Wait, where does he keep these tires? I'm sorry.
He's
So-
got like a lot of property.
Yeah,
doesn't he?
he's got, like, 10 acres.
Oh, that explains it.
And he's got, like, a lot of shops. Like, he was a mechanic. And he, for whatever reason, he kept all these bloody tires. And we just keep like putting them in a pile. The pile got bigger and bigger and bigger.
Just burn them all.
And
one
now it
day.
looks like Ashley's clubhouse
Oh,
from
yeah.
Recess.
Oh, I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
the Ashleys.
I told Mary, I
Dude,
was
what
like,
a
we need to get 2 other people and dress up as the Ashleys and go like
That's
go take
awesome.
a picture out
Oh,
there.
photo shoot.
Right?
Crazy.
That's the best photo shoot idea.
Dude, how
I've
wild
heard
is
in
it
a
that
while.
they had a fucking pile of tires on a playground?
Well,
They
yeah,
just
it was
hung
like,
out inside of it. Who's
Yeah, and,
putting these
like,
tires there?
Nobody did anything about it. Like
Yeah.
all the adults in charge of supervision were like,
You
it's
think
fine.
you think someone would be like,
It's
"Hey, let's
fine.
clean up these tires that fucking littered throughout our playground."
Yeah.
wasn't
Right,
there?
it was a spanking little clubhouse. It's pretty cool.
wasn't there
No.
tires though on like playgrounds? Not I
Well,
think our time,
like
but
tire-
like beforehand.
Swing. Like I feel like they were like tire swings or like different like little tiny things that you could crawl through that were like tires, but I don't know that there was ever a pile of tires anywhere.
I don't think so, man.
Anywhere I played.
I don't know. They were rich. They
not to that
it.
extent, you know. That was like next level.
They ship tires in from overseas.
Well, you guys got to get on my playground level.
Apparently.
Okay?
You're like,
I had a pile of tires.
At your grandpa's.
We're missing out. Your grandpa gets lost in them.
Oh,
Where'd he go?
We're just in the tires
Grandpa.
again.
So that was pretty much Friday, and yesterday I was there mostly all day. I went to my cousin's like band recital thing. I don't know. Well, I was texting Kayla because I was supposed to go with her actually somewhere on Saturday. I was like, I can't. I got my cousin's band like concert.
What's he play?
She thought I was drums.
Is it a which cousin is it?
It's a lad. It's Sam.
Oh, doesn't
Sam.
he listen sometimes?
He listens to it. Shout out to Sam.
Yeah.
But
shout out to Sam.
Shout out to Sam.
What up,
We hear
Sam?
you, Sam.
But when I text you that, I was like, she's gonna think like my cousin's in like a band that he
I
made,
did.
and I'm going to like their garage.
That'd be pretty cool. Either way, I'd be like, that's awesome.
I'm like, it's a recital. It's fine. That's why my next text, I was like, middle school band concert.
Mike's just hanging out in some kid's garage. Like, they're playing like shitty music.
Yeah, but I did not do that. It was at a real
He's
place.
just an old dude just hanging out with drinking Mike's
old
Hard.
Hey
Dude,
guys.
fuck you. I'm
Well, I was in a
25.
band when I was your age.
Yeah, I remember. I can play a little. I can tickle them
I could take the
ivories.
keyboard a little bit.
Come on.
I just tinker with it.
He starts singing country music.
I don't know why
again.
you're country. Yeah, maybe that's why. Because you'd be like Brooks and Dunn
He's
right
like,
here.
"It's
Ain't
weird."
just for high achievers. But
Beautiful.
no.
Nice.
That reminds
You guys
me
practice
of the we've been singing it all the
It's
last
in
couple
our
weeks.
veins.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's in our blood.
It's like
It's right
telepathic too. You're right on it with each other.
But Friday, to back up one day, Friday I actually hung out with Johnny again. It was a crazy week. I
Whoa,
saw him
you
like
guys
3
saw a lot of
times,
each other
yeah.
this week.
It was a
huh?
wild week. I might have had too much to drink that night.
You did. We went
Okay.
to a brewery with Casey. We had like a Groupon. We were like, came in, flashed our
That was
phones, like,
ballin'.
Groupon, people.
Seriously.
Everyone, we have a Groupon.
That was like the best Groupon too.
It was a good time. We got like 4 little things. We got to taste them all.
Yeah, we got
And
2
not like
flights.
little. They were flights.
They're nice.
And then we got to like choose like one pint
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
to like drink.
Oh.
Yeah,
For
real cheap.
$24. All that. I was like,
Bargain.
dude.
Yeah.
For 4 of us, yeah. It was crazy.
I was like, oh my God.
It's
Is this the
good.
best deal on Groupon?
What was it called? The One Trick Pony?
Yep.
One Trick Pony. It was a
In
good brewery.
Lansing.
It was in Lansing, Illinois.
Oh.
Solid.
It was solid. They
I like
had,
the name.
Right?
It's kind of a little, it's a little different.
Exactly. And they had like games and stuff there too.
Yeah, it was
That was
nice.
fun.
We played some Uno.
We
got
sure
a little
did.
violent. It's fine.
Oh yeah, we got wild on the
Something that was weird that there were kids in this bar, and like they were throwing cars like at our table
didn't
and like
like
going
that.
under the table.
I wanted to get. I should have got really belligerently drunk and made everyone feel uncomfortable because there's kids there and I'm really hammered.
Kids don't belong in breweries.
Like this is why you don't bring
It
your
just-
kids.
yeah.
I'm like sloshing beer everywhere.
Like I guess we
Throwing
didn't get.
shit.
Did we get carded?
No.
No, we didn't get carded.
You
So
guys
maybe
look
it was
old.
like a weird like I don't know. They didn't have food though. It was just alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It wasn't even like a.
then I feel
grill.
like because I think in Indiana the law is if you don't serve food, like kids can't come.
Right.
If
That
it's
would
just a tap
make
house.
sense.
But
don't
maybe
know.
Illinois is different.
I don't know.
Maybe they seem pretty relaxed with all the rules there.
Well, it is
They
called
were.
One Trick Pony.
Yeah.
We got hungry and we ordered pizza. It got delivered there. And afterwards, we
All
were
right.
like, you know what? We're still hungry. So we went to Bottoms Up, the bar. It was right down the road. It was like a half a mile.
Yeah.
Which fucking Johnny by this point, he's feeling a little tipsy.
Oh man, I was feeling myself.
and he's in the back seat with me. I was like, it's right, Mal. I have my fucking GPS
Oh,
up.
yeah.
And he's
I'll
like,
never live this
turn
down.
left. I know I saw it. Turn left. It's fine. And I was like, Mallory, don't. It's right. I have the
Mal,
GPA
listen
and
to
I'm
me.
not drunk.
Because she thought I was better at directions.
Yeah, and she's
apparently,
like- she's
but
fucking
big
went left.
mistake.
I'm like, you
she'll
asshole.
never make that mistake again, probably. Yeah.
But Bottoms Up was a great bar. They had like live music, and it wasn't loud to where you had to shout at people. It was like contained.
Yeah, it was
like
pretty
the
fucking
volume
cool.
was down. Yeah, they had like pool.
Yeah.
They had like giant Jenga. The drinks were good. They were all in costume.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
they
me
were all
some
dressed
giant
up.
Jenga.
Giant Jenga. People were playing it too.
Yeah, that's right. They were playing it. There was pool. There was a lady. Oh God, it was a guitarist and then just a lady singing, and she
Yeah.
was doing like Michael Jackson. She did like Thriller and stuff, like all these really good songs. I was like, damn.
She fucking
All
killed
right.
it. Shout out to her.
Okay.
I was like, all right, girl.
Yeah.
The dude playing guitar looked like he was fucking from Jamaica. He was like a wannabe.
He's got the hat
Bob
on,
Marley
the dreads.
kinda.
Yeah.
Rasta.
But he
Wannabe
sounded
Rasta.
good. He was
Okay.
singing higher than she was in most parts.
He was singing harmony on Thriller with her. I was like, damn, get it, dude.
But Johnny So me and Johnny were drinking. Mal and Casey were kind of slowing down because they were driving that night.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm so. If Casey's listening to this, I'm sorry. I don't really remember you driving me home that night, so I'm sorry if I said anything. Oh Jesus!
Johnny got a little drunk.
You want to fill me in on what happened?
Oh yeah, give us the deets.
Yeah,
the deets. So what had happened?
I just remember I was doing a shot, and that's kind of
that was the last thing. So Johnny was drinking his classic beer. He bought me a shot. We had a shot together. I guess that's when you were done.
Yeah, probably.
And it kind of seemed like it. He was getting a little belligerent.
Yeah.
And I kept buying him like Coors Light because I was like, "What are you having?" And he's like, "I don't know." And I was like, "He likes Coors Light." So I got you I got you 2 Coors Light.
I was overserved that night.
I got myself the apple, the Angry Orchard, and I got you a Coors Light. And I don't know what it was, but suddenly like you wanted to go outside. We were right by the patio, and there are people smoking weed out there. Mm-hmm. And you were like, "Hey, I'm gonna go out there and advertise our podcast." I was like, "Don't do that."
Shut the fuck up.
You were, dude. He's like, "Nah, I'm gonna go out there and be like, hey, listen to the Cyber Shindig podcast and give me a hit." You wanted a hit of the week.
Oh no! I get drunk and I want to do wild things.
You did.
That's not good.
And you're like, "Nah, I'm gonna go out there and be like."
Did I go outside?
Please you did not.
Oh,
you did not.
Oh, you didn't advertise. Come on, we could have had some more listeners today.
Lansing, Illinois.
You really missed an opportunity.
God.
Some guy came in though from the patio, and he was like looking at you because you're staring at him and like doing that drunk thing. He's like, "You okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, brother, I'm fine. Hey, did you hear?" And then you were like trailing off, and he's like, "Yeah." And he like patted you on the shoulder and he walked away. I was like, "I need to get Johnny some water."
Yes.
So I got you some water. And
Aww, friendship.
You were
God, you guys are looking out
You
for
were
me.
fiddling with the straw and drinking it at the same time, which I thought was really funny. And then we closed up that night.
Good.
And when we were going back, do you remember driving back to our apartment?
I fought you a little bit, didn't I?
No, you didn't fight me. You just started tickling me.
Oh, that's right. I was roughhousing you.
Oh, this took a turn.
And then we did the podcast in bed together.
Expecting. Oh, yeah, because that's where you guys actually do that.
Yeah, we do the podcast.
Kayla was
in bed
surprised
together.
that we actually have a table at all. She's like, "You guys just podcast in bed, right?"
Yeah, I
just
figured
have
it
the
was just
microphone
like,
between us.
like.
Yeah, so you
I
were
knew.
fucking like grabbing my leg and like grabbing me. I was like, "Stop it!"
Jesus Christ.
And you're like, "Ha ha ha!"
Like, I can't wait to do the podcast in bed later.
Oh no!
And then we got back and I said goodbye, and you went with Casey. I don't know what happened.
You sent me off with Casey.
Yeah, I did.
I
Poor
feel
girl.
so bad for her. She was just locked in a car with me for 25 minutes.
Yeah, roughhousing. No, you were like, hey, tickle.
Wait,
I'm like, oh my god.
no.
I was like, stop it. And he's like, you're ticklish, right? I was like, no. And you're like, tickle.
I was like, come on, I know you are. Mike enjoyed it. He loved it.
Dude, you were tortured. You like grabbed me in a headlock and you started like pounding on my side.
It's a little roughhousing with my boy.
Oh no!
Well,
So it was a good Friday.
That's a wild night.
Woke
dude.
up
A
with
little
like bruises all
roughhousing with
over.
your boy.
Just a little roughhousing.
That's
With
what
your
we should have
son.
called our podcast. Roughhousing with the boy.
Roughhousing with the boys.
And a little tickle in action.
Little tickle, the tickle podcast.
So I don't know how many people you tickle when you're drunk, but
God. Not
That's
usually.
your drunk trait.
Just tickle.
The tickler.
What if I tickled strangers that night? I would have got my ass beat.
You
that
would
night.
have.
Cyber Shindig.
Because you were
Hey guys, listen to my podcast.
That's really what you were wanting to do. You're like, I'm gonna
Super
go advertise
drunk.
to him. I'm like, don't do that, please.
Oh, thank God, you guys. I'm so sorry.
But
So sorry. I want to personally
gets quiet.
apologize to Casey and
I'm
Mal.
so sorry.
and me, you're the one. You attacked me in the back seat.
I don't apologize
And Mallory and
to Mike
Casey
at
were
all.
just laughing the whole time. I'm like, no, this is terrible.
This is my hell.
Street smarts. But that was my week. It was a busy week. There's a lot of stuff that went on. It was a good time. Kayla,
Yeah.
do you want to give
my
us the
God.
breakdown of
Give us-
your recent events of life?
Let us know. Let the listeners know what's been going on in the life of Kayla.
Okay. Not a lot. I'll be real with you. I guess this past weekend has been pretty eventful. I won't go into too much detail. But Friday night, I went with a friend of mine that I used to work with. We went to this place in Valpo called Ricochet that has pretty good tacos.
I've heard that place is
Oh,
awesome.
it's so good.
I've heard nothing but good things about Ricochet.
But we went specifically because we saw this drink like sponsored on Facebook, you know, when it's like suggested post. And it was a drink that they were having there. And I was like, why is this my suggested post? What does it say about me? You know, like the drinks.
Fat margarita.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But she got it too. And she like tagged me in it. And I was like, this is so weird. And we were like, well, we have to go, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So we went and we got this drink. And it was called a bourbon thyme.
Okay.
So it had bourbon, it had apple brandy.
Ooh.
Holy
it had,
shit.
I'm in.
Yeah. It had rosemary and like a rosemary sprig for a stir, which was like pretty bougie.
Oh my
Dude.
god. Were you tickling
Look at
people by the
and-
end of the night?
I'm getting there. And then it also had a shit ton of lemon juice.
Dude.
Like the lemon juice was pretty overpowering, and I'll explain in a second. But so we had like 2 of those, and we were like, yeah, these are pretty good. Well, my friend was like pretty skeptical. Like she's like, I don't know, like it's pretty strong. And I was like, oh, I love it. It's fine. No,
No.
this drink was the devil.
In liquid form.
Like I swear to you, I only had 2 of these and I like blacked out. Well, not blacked
When
out,
was
but I
that?
was just like,
Was
okay,
that Friday
yeah.
or Saturday?
Friday night.
So we were both on the same level, probably.
Yeah.
about
we
the
were.
same
We were like
time.
our wavelength.
Our drunk auras
was-
were matching
yes.
up.
So I took her to Franklin House because she has never been there, and that's my college stomping ground. So I was like, "Oh, we gotta go," and she's like, "Totally." So we went. She does not talk like that.
Oh, I wish she did.
Yeah.
I don't even know where I kind of wish she
Definitely.
did.
Let's go. So we went, and there was like a full-on punk rock emo band. Like it sounded like 2002
Dude.
in this bar,
Nice.
and that's her favorite kind of music. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I like it too. Okay,
Say, dude, that
this
sounds-
is legitimately what
sounds
these men
pretty good.
sounded like. They were like, "When were you happy? I know it was not real, but when were you happy?"
just super
And we were
emotional.
like, "Yeah!" Like we were. It was obnoxious, and everybody. There were like a bunch of college students
Oh.
dressed up.
Oh,
They
yeah.
like
You know,
emo?
like.
Oh, yeah,
Like
it's
there were,
Halloween.
well,
Oh,
there was
for
clearly
Halloween?
like a
Yeah.
fan base
Oh,
there
yeah.
for this band.
Oh, really?
They all had clown makeup on, which was really
like,
uncomfortable for
copying
me.
the-
Like I was like, please stop. Like,
copying the insane clown posse or what?
I don't know, but like the band itself wasn't dressed up, but these posse, like the clown
Yeah,
posse
yeah,
that was following them
exactly.
around were, and they were all like, yes.
Oh my god.
Yes. And then everybody else was like a drunk college student, which was just weird because I was like, that doesn't feel like that long ago, but I'm freaking 26 years old.
Oh my
Like, why
God,
am I
that's
here
scary,
right now?
isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But anyway, so my friend was like, I have to tell you something. And I was like, what? And she's like, I love the lead singer. Like, I love him so much.
Oh my god.
And I was like, go talk to him right now. And she was like, so as soon as they cleaned up their set, like they walked back to go like tear down and everything.
Yeah.
And they were like packing up stuff. And she was like, I'm going to go talk to him. No, I'm not. Like acting like high schoolers.
Yeah.
Like it was
He's
this
all-
drink. I'm telling you, because we had a PBR there. Like that's
Nice.
it. But
It's a
we were like,
classic.
it's a go-to, you know,
PBR
it's
is good
cheap.
stuff.
It's good. And so she's like, let's go talk to him. And I was like, I'll go talk to him for you. So I just like walked back there while they're back there like cleaning stuff up. And I was like, hey, my friend thinks you're hot. And he was like, oh, cool. You guys want some t-shirts? Like he was not
Dude,
phased at all.
free
We got
t-shirts?
t-shirts. We
Hell
got hooked
yeah.
up. I didn't know we got the
my
t-shirts
God.
until the next day when I found it in my car. But he gave
Yes.
us t-shirts. And
Hell
then
yeah.
she was trying to talk to him the whole night. And then we found out he was like 43. So
Oh.
definitely did not look 43.
Jesus, she dodged a bullet there, kind
But
of, I guess. Unless she's
it-
into that, that's fine.
You never, age is but a number.
That's true, honestly.
But
Sometimes.
so there is. I
Yeah.
don't know what this band's name is. I will say they were very talented.
Really?
very emo, punky.
I was gonna say sounds
Um,
like a punk rock kind of
Yeah,
That's cool.
I think they hailed from Chicago.
nice.
But I will never get that bourbon time drink again.
Did you have some
Never again.
AMFs when you were at Franklin House?
No, Mike, I'm not gonna travel down that road.
She's really looking to see the devil. She does that.
She
Yeah.
wants to meet some-
AMFs.
Mike
AMFs,
and
what is it?
I at one point served. Well, we
We ordered some.
ordered some.
And then we gave them to Mallory and Steph.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
they were messed up.
Oh no.
Stefan.
Are they were they shots or were they
No.
actual mixed drinks?
They were
They're
mixed
like
drinks.
this blue mixed drink. It's like
Okay.
basically a Long Island iced tea, but with
Yes.
tequila in it too,
Oh, dude.
and like
You'll
something
fucking
else.
hear colors, man.
It's
I would love that drink because I love tequila and I love Long Island iced teas.
You'd be gone after two,
Oh,
man.
They're very dangerous, Johnny.
I've
With your
never had
tickle
'em.
persona, I really don't think it's wise to give you one.
I might get beat up that night if I do
might.
that. I might
You would.
come back with a few bruises on my face.
Mallory was
Right.
hitting Stefan when we were leaving because
Oh,
me
with her
and
scarf.
Kayla were fine because we
Yeah.
didn't like it. And we're like, here,
Yeah.
drink this, and they were like
fuck
downing them.
this.
And
Yeah.
Mallory was like hitting Stefan with her scarf, and she's like just giggling the whole time while hitting.
She's
And
having a good
Stefan's
time.
like, in
And
the
at this point,
defensive
no,
position.
I think
It's like curled
honestly
up.
at that point he was just sitting there like, and I was watching the scarf like hit his face, and he was just like, like dead. And then he was like, Mel, stop, stop it, Mel.
Too drunk. to
And then
drink.
like we pulled up to drop Mike and Mal up, and he just like delicately opened the door and like puked a little on the road. Like he was just like, and I was like, oh,
we're good.
we're in for a long night.
No, that's so funny. He was like, I've had a shot of it. They sell them sometimes in like
they
Jello
have small
shot
ones.
form.
Yeah, it's like $1. It's like Thursdays, I think they sell them real cheap.
That's what I've had, and I was like, they're all right. Because I thought they were mixed drinks, and I remember trying to order one at a bar, and the lady's like, oh, there's a bartender walking around with trays of it. Yeah. And I was like, I don't want a shot. I want a mixed drink of it.
Yeah.
But
you can get them. We got the cups full of them.
Yeah.
You can. They exist.
It's going to fuck you,
It's dangerous, though. You better eat a lot of bread before.
Run around tickling everybody
Or
in
like
the
have a
neighborhood.
loaf of bread ready with you so that you can just like absorb
have
the
like
alcohol a little bit.
Fanny pack full of bread. Just like white bread.
You have to go through like security and they check your bag and they find a ton of bread.
Like, what is it?
Like,
what are you planning to do?
This is weird. Yeah. You're like, don't worry about it.
Gonna be drinking tonight.
Oh, baby.
Get that loaf of bread
You've
ready
probably
for
seen it before.
That's when Ticklish John is coming out. When you see the loaf of bread.
Why is Ticklish John so much worse than like Tickle John?
Tickle John or Ticklish John?
I think
What could
ticklish
drunk-
implies that he wants you to tickle him.
Ooh,
you
I
know?
could
Or like he's ticklish.
Yeah.
like
yeah.
It's not something about you. Like he's not gonna tickle you, but like you're
But,
gonna
like,
tickle him.
he's ticklish.
I think that's weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see what you mean.
just
it's
the way
off-putting.
it sounds
Ticklish
is
John.
all of it's off-putting.
We're gonna make
All
a
of it
trailer
is.
coming this Christmas of Ticklish John.
It's Christmas.
He goes around all the children's parties and hangs out.
And then like people are like, who's that guy? Oh my God, I saw him at the last birthday party we had.
He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
Gathers around all the kids and screams tickle fight. And he's always drinking.
He's always drinking.
I don't know what his
That's
deal
a
is.
surefire red flag. Yeah, and he always is drinking. He always is drunk
what his
and has a
problem
beer in
is.
his hand.
He's got a paper bag with him right now full of some liquid.
And a lot of bread for some reason. in
bread.
his
What's all that
fanny pack.
bread?
Is he feeding the
He just
birds?
dropped, is he leaving a trail? Is he Hansel and Gretel?
Trying not to lose himself. He's trying not to lose the way.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious.
But anyway, that was my Friday night. Last night I went to
like it.
Reaper's Realm.
Dude.
Have you guys been?
I've never been.
Once.
You've never been?
I've never been.
It's like I'll be honest, I was not that scared, to be honest.
Really?
Like, but it was so much fun.
It's cool.
It's like a 3-story haunted house.
That place is massive.
It's huge.
How
and
long
like
was
a
it?
lot of it took like probably a half hour to get through.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And a lot of it is like very trippy. Like they have like floors that move. There's this whole room that has like an electric charge running through it, and every time it like zaps, the whole floor vibrates and you like move. A lot of things that
Well,
I'm
that's
like, this is
odd.
probably against code, but
yeah.
but it's so fun. And then there was this part where we had like 3D glasses on.
What?
And everything was trippy, and all these clowns were like running after us.
Oh my god.
And they'd be like, this way, and you'd be like, no. Like that part was actually a little bit scary, just because like your vision was impaired.
Yeah.
That
Right?
might freak me out a little
And
bit.
my brother ran face first into a wall.
Oh no.
He was like, oh god. And then we were like just sitting with him because he was like, I can't see.
Trying to recover.
I honestly thought he went blind. Like I was like,
shit.
wait, are you okay?
Poor
And then
guy.
he had like a bonk, like a cartoon bonk.
Nice. Just a big goose egg on his head.
And so I was like kind of making fun of him, you know, but then at the end you go to this like slide.
I remember
And
this part.
it's
Yeah.
a really fast slide.
It
I'm
is.
just saying. And we
It's
still
cool.
had the
It's
3D glasses on, which was a new feature.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
And
That's crazy.
The lady that was like operating this slide or telling you like when to go, she was really mean. Like she was like, sit down and go.
Oh my god.
Like, because we were like laughing and stuff, and she's
Yeah.
like, I don't have time for this. Sit down and go. And I was
Too
like,
much fun.
whoa, okay.
That's what my mother said when she was potty training me. She's just screaming at me, sit
have
down
time
and
for
go.
that.
Just go.
God damn it.
You're 9 years old, still wearing diapers.
Oh, poor Mike.
Time for this.
But I was
11,
so
thank you.
scared that I like sat down really abruptly and bonked my head on the top of the slide and like fell backwards.
That's a lot of
And
casualties.
then I was like, damn, Kyle and Kayla just getting beat up.
You just
Seriously.
went down unconscious.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, they had to like collect me at the end.
Yeah.
And then there was this other feature that was like the outdoor part. It was called the woods. That was fun.
Okay.
Do they have like
Yeah.
chainsaws and stuff out
Oh
there?
yeah, somebody chases you with a chainsaw like pretty much the whole time.
I remember this.
He's not
Yeah.
involved.
I went there
It was just a
a
stranger.
long time ago. And did they have a Christmas themed room?
Yeah, not this year, but I have
Dude,
been when they've had a
That was
Christmas theme room.
so fucked up.
Yeah. Wait, my favorite part. I'm sorry. I just remembered. It was absolutely worth every penny
Yeah.
of this ride, whatever you want to call it.
Attraction.
It was this room that was like all kind of like voodoo themed. Like it was all these different like voodoo dolls and like, but also like an altar with like Mexican cultured stuff. Like
Like the Jesus candles, like the
yeah,
giant ones you can
yes.
find
Like
at,
a
the
death
markets.
altar,
Yeah.
you know, like with like pictures of dead people
Yeah.
and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And
Nice.
well, I'm assuming like dead relatives, you know.
Yeah.
And we're in this room, like, because no one was in there, like, torturing us or, like, harassing us. Like, every room had somebody, like, help me. You know, or, like, I'm going to kill you.
So creepy.
Nobody was there, so we were, like, playing with all the shit. Like, we were, like, picking up all the candles, and we're like, look at this.
Oh, my God.
And all of a sudden, we didn't know he was there, but there was this little guy hiding behind a really dark curtain, and he was like, I got you. And he, like, popped out. And he was clearly not committed to scaring us at all. Like, he was just like, hey. And we were like, oh, we didn't know you were here. And he was like, yeah. He totally broke character. And he's like, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm Coco. It was like Coco from the Disney Pixar movie.
What the shit?
Yeah. And he was like, it's not scary. I don't know.
Coco's not scary. Why would you do that?
I'm just hanging out.
And then we just like talked to him for 5 minutes, and he's like, yeah, whatever. I don't know. It was a weird choice.
Do you think how much do you think they make, those guys that are scaring everyone? Do you think
they
they're making
all looked like high school age.
Yeah.
So I think it's like
less.
a part-time job, you
Do
know?
you think they're just making it under the table cash?
I wonder. I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
I would not be.
That'd be a good job for a high schooler. I'd be down for that.
If it's seasonal, I think you can get away with that. I don't think you have to do taxes.
I bet you could make a couple $100.
Yeah. Make some good spending money.
That's easy money too. You're just hanging out scaring people.
You want to be the good thing though. You don't want to be Coco in the
Coco
room.
Oh,
you want to be like the clown coming at you with a knife.
There was this other girl that was probably like maybe 13, and she was in the woods part, and she just had like this like long sheath on, and she had like dark circles around her eyes, and she was sitting like in a pot of stew. Like
what?
Like over a like fake fire.
Oh my God.
And she was
like
just sitting there, and she wasn't really close enough to like react to. Like she didn't do anything. She just sat there and like stared at us as we walked by, and we're like, you look so sad. Do you need help? You know, like this girl committed. Like she just stared at us like,
damn.
Oh my God.
With dead eyes. So then after the woods part, we were getting it in line. Oh,
I got mail. Apparently.
You got mail. We were in line for the porta potties, and this girl comes up clearly on her break. The girl from the stew pot.
Oh.
It was her, and she was like pulling her phone out, and my brother stared at her, and then she saw my brother staring, and she like put her phone away, and they both had a staring match that lasted like 3 minutes.
What?
Oh my God.
They just stared at each other. Like she did not break character. Like she was just like.
Jeez.
And I was like, I love this girl. Like, so then I feel so bad.
New best friends.
She went to the bathroom and we like waited for her to get out.
She was still staring at your brother the whole time.
She left the door open a crack, and she's like,
there's like a little peephole.
Yeah.
She's like,
watching it. Yeah. But no, we waited for her to get out. So she like opened the door and just saw us all standing there.
Ew.
And then she was just like, all right, guys. She's like, I'm done with this.
She's like, honestly, you don't want to go in there after. Let's do it. So just give it a few minutes.
Yeah, it was just let it air out.
She's on her break, and you guys are like harassing this
Smoking
13-year-old
cigarettes.
girl.
Poor thing.
Just staring at her.
Yeah,
she was good though. I mean, like, I hope she made good money. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
Pot
That's
stew.
cool. Like I hadn't been there in so long, but I do remember that giant slide, and I remember the creepy Christmas room. There was like fake snow and blood and little elves like dressed up like.
Why is it like
so weird.
when Christmas is corrupted? It's so frightening.
It's like that Krampus movie.
Krampus.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen Krampus?
I haven't seen it either.
The guy
but
who plays Ben from Parks
I
and
love
Rec is
him,
in
Adam
it.
Scott.
And he's like,
Yeah,
what
he's
kind
in
of
it.
goat walks on its hind legs? And it's like, Krampus.
and you hear like the chains. He's like,
That's what it is. Krampus is great.
Yeah.
Watch Krampus.
Krampus.
Yeah.
That's a good one
Merry
to
Krampus.
Merry
watch
Krampus.
and make fun of, kind of.
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell my kids that Krampus is real.
Dude,
100%. Because
definitely.
the whole shit of like Cole, Krampus is coming for you
He's gonna
bad.
come
And
snitch,
he's gonna
snatch
kill
your
you.
ass up.
Yeah.
Fucking in a bag.
Put you in a snow globe.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
Jeez, he comes with that big burlap sack and throws you in it. He doesn't care. He doesn't care how old
He
you are.
doesn't care. He is German after all.
Oh my God, he is. Found Krampus. I like your shirt, by the way, Mike.
Oh, thank you.
He's got a Sandlot
You're
shirt.
killing me, Small.
You're killing me,
You're
Smalls.
killing me, Smalls.
I do like it. I was going to wear my Krampus shirt actually for this episode,
Yeah.
Ooh.
but it's in the laundry basket. So had to go
Laundry
with my
basket strikes
Sandlot.
again.
Classic. That's cool though. It sounded like you had a good weekend, huh?
I did.
Like, it sounds fun.
I did.
Yeah.
was
Did you
pretty
guys
fun.
pregame the haunted house at all?
Sure did.
Did you? Yes.
Sure
That
did.
is the way to do it.
Yep. I honestly think everyone there that was not a child had pregame.
Was drunk.
Like
or
everybody in the
drinking.
line was like, like
I
You just
couldn't
had
do that
to,
when I'm
you know?
drunk.
Oh, you
Yeah.
wouldn't do
I
it?
wouldn't.
Why?
I feel like I
A
would
haunted
be
house?
like, yeah, I couldn't. First of all, when I'm drunk, Like, I feel like I'm very unsteady, and
Okay.
I'm going to think they're real. I would think, like, things
I
are
will
fucking
say-
real, and I'd be like, no!
I didn't like pregame that hard, but my brother, I think that's like 99% of the reason he
He's, like,
ran into a
running
wall.
into
The
shit.
other 1% was the 3D glasses.
Nice. Yeah, yeah.
1%.
But, you know.
That's so funny. We met I met your brother. I know Mike met, but I met him at the Imposters.
Oh, yeah, our fundraiser.
Yeah, the mixer. That was fun. He's a cool guy.
He is. He's a really
I was
fun
like,
guy.
dude, because he plays guitar. I was like, you need to fucking come over and play music with me one night.
I feel like
he's
you guys
like,
would
name the time, man. I was like, all right. I was like, you would. I was like,
Yeah.
well, all we do is just hang out and play music and drink some beers. So I was like, you should come by,
That's
or just
like
come on the podcast.
his favorite thing
I was
to
like
do.
trying to tell him. I was like, come on the podcast too.
He's always trying to advertise when he's
Definitely.
drinking.
Oh, definitely.
He's like,
Have you heard
"Hey."
of Cyber Shindig
Please.
podcast?
I would do. I need to get some shirts made
Yeah.
because that's like the
Ooh.
next thing. Like
I would represent.
totally. Like we just hand out, give
Mhm.
our guests shirts and shit.
You
like
should get business
mugs.
cards.
There
too.
you go. That's
Mhm.
thinking.
Just
Yeah.
easy.
we'll get some business cards.
Go ahead and
Fuck
give it a
yeah.
listen.
Definitely.
You know,
I want to ask Kyle
give her a listen.
if she can make us, like, a logo, though, because we've kind of, like, photoshopped just stuff, but she would make, like, a real one, you know?
Yes.
Offline,
Yeah.
that manatee isn't technically ours.
oh,
We're
where'd
borrowing
you
it.
poach it from?
Google images, and I threw it on Photoshop and made a logo around it.
He looks like he's ours, though, so it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it fits,
fits
the
the
brand.
vibe,
It's
yeah,
on
you know?
brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Johnny,
Anyways.
how was your week, man?
It was good.
God, tell us.
It was a lot of shit happened to me.
A lot of shit
A lot
did
of
happen
shit
to your
went
brother.
down. A lot of shit went down. Last Saturday was opening for duck season opened last Saturday. I went out and hunted some ducks, so it was fun. We shot some ducks, and
Poor ducks.
it
Poor
was like,
ducks.
yeah, they're so tasty though. I promise.
There's a theme
I
to this
believe you.
animal slaughter, so
believe
hold
you.
tight.
Yeah, but we went out there, and it's like opening day, so literally like every idiot with a shotgun goes out on opening day, and I hunt public property. I don't have any private property to hunt, unfortunately.
Mhm.
So like anyone can hunt at these spots, but we went out in like a sneak boat, so it's probably a little bit longer than this table, a little bit narrower, and it's me and Luke, my buddy, he's a pretty big guy. He's like 6'3", probably like 250.
Yeah, Big Buddy Luke.
He's he's
Oh.
like athletic.
Big buddy Luke.
Big Buddy Luke.
Big buddy Luke.
Yeah.
So we go out there and we use a sneak boat and we put a bunch of shit over it, like, you know, we camo it up and we're sitting in the middle of a lake, and literally like these idiots are out there like it's called sky busting. For the layman and for the
What
duck
does that
hunter.
mean?
Literally, it means when people just pass shoot geese and ducks flying away, like out of the area,
Okay.
and it's clearly like way out of range. They're shooting at like 100 yards, like trying to hit
With a
geese down.
shotgun?
Yeah, and we're like, seriously, and I was like, this is some bullshit. Every
That's
time,
a bold move.
yes, every time geese would start to work the lake, they'd go around because there's like 8 people hunting this small lake,
Yeah.
and like every time geese would work around, someone would be like, bam, 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 bam. And we're like, what the fuck, man? I was like, God, this is bullshit. But we ended up shooting a few. We got a few to. We let them like decoy in the birds, like work into the birds and like land, not land, but you know, fly close enough to get
Actually
them.
shoot 'em, yeah.
We're not sky
Bring
busting.
home some meals.
Exactly. So Saturday I went hunting. Sunday I think I went to Craigle's Pumpkin Patch, which is literally right down the road.
Yeah, that's why we didn't record Sunday. You were doing some family
I
stuff.
was carving pumpkins,
Yeah,
getting
carving-
pumpkin donuts or apple donuts,
Damn,
dude.
those donuts are so fucking
Oh,
good.
baby.
God
they warmed them
damn.
up for you. I was like, dude. So I got a bunch of donuts. We got a bunch of pumpkins.
My mouth is watering.
All right. I should have bought a bunch of them, just had them frozen. Just thaw them out.
They're good.
Frozen.
But yeah, that was Sunday. We had a good time. Tuesday, I took off work to go duck hunting, which was fun as heck.
Mm-hmm.
You can put in at the beginning of every season this is just like, I don't know, I'm going to bore half the people listening to this, but it's called reserve hunting. And you put in, it's a lottery system, and you get a reserve spot at a certain public like place to go duck hunting.
You were telling me because like some spots are better than others, and you can get like
Yeah.
a shitty spot where there's no ducks. There's just like
Exactly.
the dumb duck that like walks in.
Yeah. So luckily we got my buddy Luke, who I hunted with before. He got 8th choice or 7th choice out of
Is that
probably.
good?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
There's like
Yeah, I'm
10 or.
sounds good.
I
to
know,
me.
right? Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. It's like there's like 10 or 15 reserve hunts for the day,
Yeah.
and then we got the flooded corn, always the best flooded corn spots, just because ducks come in and eat all the corn.
Okay.
And it was an evening hunt, so it's like an all day thing, and you got to wake up at 4:30 to go check in, then you got to go back at 10 to fucking get out to hunt, which is stupid. I don't know.
Sounds gross.
Yes,
I want to do that.
It's a lot of
Sounds
bullshit.
a little too early for
It
this,
is.
girl.
It definitely is.
But
But we went out and shot.
sounds like a lot of
yeah.
brotherhood, though.
Dude, it was a fun time. I don't. The brotherhood of the traveling duck hunters.
Yeah.
We'll have to get
I'd watch that.
some weird piece of camo or something. Oh my god! But we shot 18 ducks, so it was worth it.
Oh.
We shot a 3-man limit. It was cool. Cole was there, my buddy Cole, and he brought his dog, and the dog was retrieving birds, so that was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Cole listens to this podcast.
What's so cool?
Hello,
What up,
Cole.
what up, girl?
Cole, do you spell it with a
Cole's a
K or
boy.
a C?
C.
Okay.
C.
okay.
Capital C.
Don't trust people who spell it with a K.
Yeah.
If there's anybody with a Cole that's with a K that's listening, change it.
Dude,
My
just go-
coworker.
Oh,
Well, I don't know if he's probably definitely not.
I was going to say some
listening,
really mean
but
things. I'm glad I didn't.
Never mind.
Just
Cole,
keep it
you're
in
fine.
check, just in case.
Right,
okay?
exactly.
Just in case.
But Cole had a. Have you ever used any of those like? He had a Juul vape. You ever see
Oh,
those?
no, yes.
Oh my God.
They look like a flash drive.
Yes. It looks like you plug it into your computer. But we were like fucking around. We were so bored during the middle of the day because nothing was flying. And I just start seeing smoke coming out of the side of the blind. I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, I see him. He's got like
a
the
little
he's got
Juul.
his Juul. He's like, you want to hit the Juul? I was like, yeah, dude, give it to me. I'll hit the Juul.
Jewel. Oh my god.
It gave you like a little nicotine buzz, so that was nice. I don't know. I feel like it'd be
That was
dangerous
nice.
for me because I drive a lot for work, and I'd
Yeah.
be like, that'd be dangerous. Be
Yeah, just
hooked on
'cause you're not
Juuls.
doing
Juul.
anything. Hooked on Juuls.
Hooked on Juul.
It's like hooked on phonics.
Hooked
but
on phonics.
It's more
The
deadly for your health.
2018 version.
Yeah, exactly. Hooked on
Juul.
Juul. But that's what I did Tuesday. Thursday was a very eventful day.
Oh my god.
Mike was. We were supposed to actually get together after his haircut that
Yeah.
day and do some pre-production planning kind of
Some
shit.
prep work.
Yeah, for today. Like we were gonna get some shit done.
Mm.
I was like, yeah, like we won't podcast. We'll just get everything together, so we'll be good to go when Kayla comes on Sunday. Mike's getting his hair cut. Yeah, I like that. That was nice.
Thank you. That's my special move.
Mike was getting his hair cut, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go try to work out for like a quick hour. I'll be back before his hair's
It's your
done,
mistake.
and then we'll get down to it. And on my way home, I fucking slam into it. Well, a deer slams
Oh,
into
no.
me. A deer hits my car out of nowhere. I literally have just enough time to say, "Oh fuck!" And it's like, boom, smacked into my driver's side. And I was like, "Oh my god!" And I don't see it in the rear view. I'm like looking. I stopped. I was like, I didn't even want to get out of my car because I didn't know how bad the damage was to my car.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
So luckily-
you're lucky you're okay.
Oh my god! Right? Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
everyone's like. Seriously, like people die from that
They
shit. I was like, "Ooh, yikes!" Yeah.
Yikes.
But luckily, it was like 5 minutes down the road
Mhm.
from my house, and I was like, I got out of my car, looked at it. I could barely like open the driver's side door because it was all like bashed in. And I got out of my car, looked at it, like it's all dented on the front. The fucking taillights busted, or the headlights busted out. I was like, fuck. And I Snapchatted it. Or actually, I came in first.
You
I
came in and you're
I
like,
told you.
fucking deer hit
I was
me.
like,
We're
I-
like, what?
I was like, a deer ran into my car, and Stephanie's like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Yeah." And then I Snapchatted like my friends the picture of my car, and Kyle Richwalski, who hunts deer, he's like, "Is it dead?" And I was like, "I don't know." I was like, "I didn't see it," and he's like, "Dude, go try to find it. If it is, you can have the call it in, as an accident, and you'll get a report, and the policeman will write you a permit, and you can keep the deer and get it processed and eat it if you want it." And I was like, "Really?" he's like, "Do it." And I run back there with my work van. I go back there with like a spotlight, and I find it, and it's dead on the side of the road. I just broke its neck completely. Like the meat was completely fine.
So intact.
And I was like, score. So I call the cop, and and it's a county cop, and they're like, I call 911. They're like, "What's your emergency?" I was like, "I'm not in any real." I felt kind of bad calling 911.
I just wanna claim this
I
meat.
was like, honestly, there's no emergency, no rush, whatever. I'm just
Did
calling
they
it.
transfer you then?
No.
They
She's
just
like,
keep-
just put your hazards on and hang out near if you can pull off the side of the road.
okay.
And I did. And then literally 5 minutes after I called it in, some dude in a truck pulled up behind me. And I was like, what the fuck? And I got out of my car, and I was like, hey, what's up? They're like, hey, we heard there's a deer on the side of the road here. He's like, are you taking it?
Oh my god.
And I was like, yeah. Like, I'm planning on taking it. He's like, oh, all right. He's like, really? You're going to take it? I was like, yeah, dude. I think they were going to take it.
they were gonna like lurk and get it.
They heard it on the police blotter. People listen to the police blotter and just listen
Okay,
for people
this is
hitting
so
deer.
weird.
Isn't that crazy?
I met someone, like a sponsor of mine in college,
Really?
that like was my anonymous donor or something. I'm sorry. There was just this weird breakfast I had to go to.
Okay.
He was
Illuminati
telling me, I won't go into the details.
A lot of blood, a lot of baby lambs.
Sacrificing. But he really was like, he was like, I make venison all the time. It's venison, right? Like that's the okay. And he was talking about how he like it sounded like this dude goes out of his way to like hit deer. Like if he sees it, he's like,
do it, dude.
He's like, I'm gonna make you for dinner. Like I was so disturbed, but I know like it is a thing. Like I was picturing this guy just slinging it in his back.
It's
like,
bad to do what you said though. Like people do that though. They have like big brush guards on the front of their car and have beater trucks and just go around and purposely hit deer. And people do it down south just for antlers, which is fucked up. Just for their antlers, they go driving at big deer. Yeah, it's fucked up. It is not good, but it's pretty crazy. But the guys were like mad that I was taking the deer. They're like, you're really taking it?
You hit it, you
buy
buy it.
Dude, it's mine.
You get it. You hit it, you get it.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, the whole front of my fucking car is busted. I was like, I'm going to get something out of this.
You took a loss for it.
Yeah. And then the cop pulled up and we were talking, and he was a really cool guy. I told him about the guys that pulled up. He's like, you'd be surprised. He's like, I've had guys get up in my face screaming at a cop because the person that hit it was planning on taking it. He's like, I don't know what you want me to do. He's like, it's theirs, you know? He's like, yeah. He's like, I don't know. He's like, get off my crime scene, basically, if they get snippy with him, which is pretty baller. But yeah, that was fun. So I called Kyle up because I don't know how you got to gut a deer if you hit one. You can't just leave it with all the guts in it because the meat will go bad. I
wouldn't know.
That's what I was like. I can't wait till tomorrow. He's like, dude, you got to do it tonight.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. So Mike came with my dad because he was still
Mike,
here.
No.
Mike came and he it by himself. He had to kill it. It was still alive on the road. Mike went there. He's like, I got this.
Snapped its neck.
Yeah. No, it was dead, thankfully. And I had my buddy. I was like, dude, Mike, I'm sorry, man, but I don't think we're gonna be doing any podcast planning tonight.
Yeah, after I helped him,
you already have blood all over your hands.
Yeah, after
like,
I helped him carry this deer into the van.
Like, he did. He helped me drag it in the van. I was like, thanks, brother.
It didn't feel that heavy, but he was telling me it was 150-pound doe.
Field dressed with all the guts out of it. That's a big deer. But Kyle came over that night. We set up some lights. I put it on a tarp and we gutted it. And then the next day I took it to the butcher to get processed. So it was an eventful night, man.
I mean, at least you made
Mike,
something
you didn't
out
help?
of it. No, I didn't. I fucking left. I'm like, this isn't for me.
I want a part of it.
Yeah, I was like,
goodbye.
I was like, you don't need to stick around, dude.
When I was a kid, I never gutted anything, but my neighbor had a deer. Not as a pet. Like, he had a deer in his garage, and he was, like, fixing it out. Yeah. I was like, I want to watch you, like, do it. And he hung it.
She's like, sorry, Sparky, it's your time.
He hung it up in his garage, and he, like, cut around its little ankles. And it just, like, fucking
skinned it.
Skinned the whole thing off. I'm like, that's not a sweater.
My neighbor, I saw that in his garage.
That's like, if you're going to butcher it. If you're going to butcher it yourself, that's what you got to do. It's messed up.
I ain't for that.
Not for me.
I ain't for little Bambi.
That is not for me.
No, not at all. But we just got all the guts and shit out of it. It was still pretty messed up. I've only gutted a deer once.
What'd you do with the guts?
I threw them out. I put them in a big trash bag.
You didn't keep them?
Fuck, no.
They're
not
actually
down
under
here
the couch.
somewhere. You're like, as a matter of fact. Like,
I've heard it's good to eat the placenta, but I heard the same thing with deer stomach and liver. And actually, the liver's not bad. Dude, the heart. I found the heart. Serious. The fucking heart it feels like a rock. It is so like it's a big ass muscle, but I couldn't believe it. It's this big and just rock hard. Like everything else is squishy because I was like grabbing all the shit. It was gross. It really is messed up. This fits with Halloween pretty well.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah. But the heart was like rock hard. I could not believe it. It's like a little anatomy class for me. It's kind of cool. I don't know. It took a while though.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I had Kyle, my buddy, because he knew what he was doing. I was like, thank God you came over, because I would have been fucked. I would have been YouTubing how to gut a deer at 10 o'clock at night.
You would have gotten some weird videos.
Definitely. But that was Thursday. That was fun. And then Friday, we went to the bar, and I had way too much to drink.
Way too much.
And
just enough, actually.
Probably not a drop. A drop more would probably fucking do me in. I don't know.
Like kill you?
I felt that's what I'm hitting the hay for good.
And then
he died.
That was the last thing that happened. He tickled his last person.
He tickled Micro and he faded
Micro's like, Johnny?
What's wrong?
Johnny?
I'm like,
I was the last one to see him and feel him.
I'm like Spider-Man. Mike, I don't feel so good. And I just like dissipate into the fucking.
So funny. I've never seen that movie, but I've heard that reference so many times.
It's like
now.
memed out. Yeah. Totally, you know.
Which spoils the fucking ending, bud.
Dude, everyone knows how all of them fucking die or whatever. But anyways, Saturday I went to a Ducks Unlimited banquet dinner, which last year there's like a ton of raffles. Like you get all these cool like hunting stuff. Like you can win they've got like a wall of guns that you can just fucking win. No, they're like if you put in for it, you can just win a gun. And it's like pretty, like I won a gun last year. I won a gun that I still haven't even shot. It's just sat in my fucking safe. And then there's a bunch of decoys and hunting equipment and things like that. Like people raffle off like fishing guides and there's coolers and all sorts of cool stuff.
What?
I just had a weird burp happen.
Nice. Oh, I didn't hear anything.
That's the IPA burp.
It is. It was like a gentle.
I was like,
yeah.
is this a gesture that you don't want to do it anymore?
I'm like, I gotta get out of here.
I'm out.
Johnny's talking about
He's
hunting.
talking about hunting too much. Freaking me out. Guts. Hunting.
Guts, hearts that are hard as stone. But that's amazing. I didn't know there was such
it's nuts.
An intense culture with hunting.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I knew it was an intense culture, but I didn't know it was like such a network.
Definitely.
Thing,
well, duck hunters, I don't know. I don't deer hunt, but duck hunting.
Okay.
The whole event, basically, Ducks Unlimited, they give back and they restore wetlands for ducks, but it's mostly for wetland and like environmental stuff. So it's a good cause, but I definitely spent way too much money. I spent like $200 in raffle tickets.
As one
and
does.
It's like
you
$40.
Wanted another gun.
Oh, dude.
You spent
going for the gun
$200?
Easily.
He's a gambler. If he goes to a bar where there's pull tabs.
Sorry. The pull tabs, I'm sorry.
He'll fucking spend like $50 on stupid ass pull tabs.
They get me, especially when you're drinking. Like, it's something fun to do.
You're a gambler, brother.
And you can win. But last year we cleaned house at this fucking raffle. We won easily $300 or $400. Not even, way more than that. Probably $1,000 worth of shit.
Damn.
Like I won a gun. We won
Worth
like
it.
decoys, layout blinds, hunting equipment.
They were the only ones there.
The only fucking thing we won this year was just a cooler. I was so bummed out, dude.
You could get one of those anywhere.
I know.
For $1.
I was like, come on. We were like, seriously, we put in for like all these cool duck calls and like, I don't know.
Hope
it was
you
a
enjoy
bummer.
that $200 cooler.
I drank $200 worth of free beer, so it's all right.
All right.
We kind of made up for it.
Yeah. We had a DD. Luke's girlfriend drove us, so it was fun. But it was a fun night. We got fed well. They have like pork chops and stuff, so
nice.
It's good stuff. It was good. We saw a bunch of weird people. There's a lot of weird dudes that hunt, as you probably know.
Nah. What?
There's some weird looking fuckers that come to these banquets, man. It is a trip, seriously. It's something else. But yeah, so that was basically my weekend and nothing too crazy. Wow. An hour, dude.
It's been a crazy weekly
We had
breakdown.
a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, we did. Seriously.
It's a good time. That's a good hour. I hope you guys enjoyed that hour breakdown.
Fuck yeah, dude. That was a good
Yeah.
hour. It didn't seem like an hour, that's for sure.
Goes by fast.
I know.
Especially when you got a nice old IPA in your hand.
Yeah, you want to try
Mike.
IPA in your hand.
Struggling over
We
there?
got the witch's brew.
Oh, we need to open that up.
Mike's gonna have some of that, right?
Are you?
I'll have a sip if anything.
Oh,
I'm not gonna have.
come
I am
on.
driving. I drove over here.
Mike is responsible as hell.
true.
I'm just gonna drink
And you know
lemonade.
what? That's admirable. Play.
Mike's going to put a straw in that and drive it on the way home.
No, I'm not.
Dang. Mike
Oh my God! You
smoked-
still have all your lemonade.
Mike smoked that lemonade, dude. He's drinking it
He
like
did.
it's
He was
going
like
out of
glug,
style.
glug.
Carol's lemonade. If you have a chance to taste Carol's lemonade,
Dude, don't talk about my mom that way.
Nah, taste her lemonade. It's good.
Let's go there.
It's kind of creepy.
Let's go there.
Carol, thank you for this lemonade.
There you go. Fair enough.
It's amazing.
Fair enough. Thanks, Mom. Anyways, guys, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to get a glass of wine, I think, in me. Pour some wine shots all around.
Pour some witch's brew.
Witch.
Just kidding. There's not an H in that.
Which. Guys, we'll be right back with more Cyber Shindig podcast right after this.
I told the witch doctor I was in love with you. And then the witch doctor, he told me what to do. He said that
Walla walla bing bang. Where are they?
Where are the chipmunks?
I guess we gotta fill it in.
Ooh ee ooh ah ah
What the
ting
fuck?
tang wada wada bing bang. Ooh ee ooh ah ah ting tang wada wada bing bang.
Well, there were supposed to be some little chipmunks on that track, but
They were too little.
Yeah, apparently. Guys, welcome back to the Cyber Shindig podcast, super spooky Halloween special edition extraordinaire. We hope you had a good 2.6 second break there. We got some fresh brews.
Aw, man. Mine was a bottle, so it didn't make that sound.
Kayla's got a glass bottle of fresh Lagunitas. Solid beer. I got Coors Light on deck today as the usual, as per usual.
It's cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged.
Dude, only the best around here.
Born in the Rockies.
Hell yeah.
Johnny, do you
Same
want
with Mike.
I was not born in the Rockies, but I am pretty cool.
He might as well have been.
Yeah, serious.
Do you want to tell listeners what you attempted to do over the break with our bottle of wine?
We should have went live during the break. That was a fiasco.
I have a couple Snapchat.
Perfect. Well, we have a electric wine bottle opener that, I don't know, we got from somewhere. I found it upstairs. You're such a loser. My God. But I'm sitting there fucking with it, and I had it on the charger for maybe 5 minutes. And Mike's worked a little bit, and then it stopped, and worked a little bit and stopped. And I was like, all right, it's not going to work. And Mike's reading the instructions like a nerd.
Well, fuck you. I know
Mike's
what's going on
I'm going to
now.
get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, I'm like
much.
the investigators from the Scooby-Doo.
Freaking nerd.
Should have went as Shaggy.
That would have
You're
been fun.
Velma.
Yeah.
Velma, Jinkies,
That's
bitch.
so
Listen here.
funny.
Jinkies,
Oh
bitch.
my
Jinkies,
God.
bitch.
You sound like a Velma had too many steroids or something.
She's got.
Jinkies, bitch.
No, but I fucked around with this electric wine opener. It's supposed to make all your wine problems go away. And it wasn't working. And then Mike's like, says here, Mike's like, according to my research, you have to charge the wine bottle opener at least 16 hours.
16 hours.
That is some bullshit.
16 hours.
Isn't that a documentary?
By that point, we could have gotten a box of wine.
Honestly,
27 hours?
It's 20. No, isn't it
that a documentary?
247 hours?
Maybe.
No, I think 127.
That might be it.
120.
That's
Boom.
what it is.
We got it.
That
It
sounds
is
like it.
127.
We got there.
He cuts his arm off just so everybody knows the twist.
What did you do? You fucked everything up. You
What
did it.
happened? What happened?
Did you delete all the things you set up over break?
I don't know.
Oh wait, the
music he had set up for our game.
Shit, I might have.
Johnny,
Fuck, man.
Bitch, I might have.
Oh my God, dude. How do I open two tabs? I'm trying not to look at your stuff.
You can look at my stuff if it helps you get the shit together.
Yeah, let me look at your stuff.
All right. Don't look too hard, though.
I'm not.
Guys, while Johnny's trying to figure that
I
out,
have to get another. God dang it.
we've got some games lined up for you. We're going to do a music-based one with Johnny.
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll see how
If I
it
can
goes.
remember all of them, they're not going to be as many. Yeah, I'm going to have to fucking find them all.
All right,
That's
you're
okay.
fine.
It's okay. I'll get them.
And then I've got some video ones from spooky movies that I got for Kayla and Johnny to figure out.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
While Johnny's
He
doing
says
that,
with
though,
panic
I can do this.
laced in his voice.
Anyways, we got everything loaded up on the computer. We're good to go, babies.
Woo!
Yeah. Oh, my dog's down here.
Hello, dog.
Big Chuck.
Oh,
He's rolling
moose.
around. Kayla's new
What'd you
best
call
friend.
him?
He looks like a moose. Like
A
a
moose?
like
He
a
does.
Precious angel.
He is a
moose.
big dog. You
I
want
like
to take
that
him home?
Maybe.
You can take home all three of those dogs upstairs,
I feel like they wouldn't
especially the little one.
get along with my dog because my dog's a.
What
big
kind of dog
little
do you have?
bit- Well, she's a little American Eskimo, but she is.
Oh, no way.
She
Yeah.
is scared of other dogs.
I feel
Oh, really?
like she owns that house. Like,
Oh,
she
well-
wouldn't do
oh.
well with strangers.
Is she the
Yeah.
only dog then, too?
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's her.
She gets along with other dogs, but she's kind of like wary,
Oh,
you know.
okay,
But then
I
my
gotcha.
brother's dog is a giant bully, so like whenever that dog comes over, she's like,
She's not having it. Oh, my gosh.
yeah.
I'm taking this stupid head off. Actually, I think this calls for a mustache.
Oh, switching it up.
Busting it
I
out.
thought you were going to open another Coors Light. I was like, you just opened that one.
This
What the
calls for
fuck?
a Coors Light in each hand.
I'm double fisted, baby. All right, I'm going to get this big mustache out. I got a pack of 6. If anyone wants one, feel free.
6-pack. I'll
6
take.
pack.
I guess
Would you like one too?
I'll take one.
Here you go. This
Goes
is a
with my
good French one.
costume.
That's awesome. Let's see how good they stick. They're probably not good.
I feel like it won't at all. We'll find out.
Dude, remember that bullshit? Oh, you weren't in. You graduated theater.
I graduated. I
Graduated.
graduated high school.
This is nice.
Hey.
Sticks pretty good. Actually.
Hey.
We'll see how long it stays on.
Uh-huh. The French.
It's not.
You can't like
staying
move
on.
your.
You
Yeah,
look like
you're
Tom
just kinda-
Selleck. You look like Hawaii or Magnum PI, right?
Yes.
With that like
Magnum
PI.
outfit on.
Yeah, exactly. That's hilarious. No,
Nice.
That's
Okay.
too funny. Is yours sticking? There you go.
As soon as I laugh, it's gonna fall off. God damn it.
I had to wear that bullshit, like something like this for Thoroughly Modern Millie. Do you remember that when I was
Oh, I
Asian?
was there. Yeah.
Yeah, you were there for that.
Yeah, it was Looking back on that was a very racist move.
That was pretty sketchy that we did that.
You know, it wouldn't be high school theater
I know.
in Indiana.
If
it wasn't racist.
If two white boys didn't dress up as an Asian guy
God.
and have mustaches and speak
Chinese
broken accented English
Are you kidding
like
me?
Asians, I'm not even kidding.
Sorry.
I gotta find a video.
Here, do you want another? Mike, do you want one?
Yeah, I'll
Mike,
take
you gotta
one.
put one
Get
on.
in on.
I think I have like a little too much though for it to stick.
You might. Here, will you pass it to Mike?
Yes.
Pass me those
Take
stats.
Let's see if I can
those.
drink a beer with it on.
I feel like
Oh, that was
maybe
impressive,
if mine was,
man.
like,
That was pretty good.
thinner.
Yeah, you might need another
I don't
one.
know, but I like this one. Like
It's good. It looks good.
No, I feel like
I like it. Mike, what are you choosing over there?
I don't know. I'm just getting this like one.
It's
I
not
don't know.
sticking. Thankfully, mine sticks pretty good. Let me
Hold
see
on, I'm gonna
what I
try
look
this
like.
one out for size.
Oh, nice.
You really do look like Magnum P.
I look like
Yeah.
I fucking coached the. I look like the dude who coached the Bears almost.
Oh, Mike Ditka.
Kinda, a little bit like a
My
younger.
Dicka.
Ditka.
Listen, boys.
Dicka.
I don't know if that's how he sounds.
Yeah, I
but-
can't laugh.
Listen, gather round. I got the play.
Can you do a quick improv if you were Mike Ditka, even though you don't even know who he is? Can you give us a speech? Mike's,
Me?
No.
Oh, Kayla.
No, I know who he is. I
Yeah.
just don't know how he
That
sounds.
was so fucking funny.
My grandma randomly has a picture with him on her fridge.
Oh, dude, some of the
My name's
craziest,
Mike.
some of the craziest shit that I've ever heard came from football pep speeches, like halftime speeches. Pretty fucked up stuff too. Like, I don't know if they still do that.
What do you mean
But-
fucked up stuff?
Like, all right, I'm gonna get a Snapchat of all of us video.
All right.
Okay.
Oh yeah, check it out. The Mustache Gang on the Cyber Shindig podcast. Oh shit, she lost it.
Man down.
Anyways, guys, we're having a good time over here at the podcast. Halloween special. I'm gonna play a quick game with these two punks over here.
Punks.
Hopefully our mustaches stay on for it.
Mine's gonna stay on now.
I'm gonna play a song, and the first person to guess that song gets the point. Whoa, why is this? Dude, my computer is being so weird today. Okay, so I'm gonna start you off with something pretty easy, I think.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Hold on. Let Kayla
gotta
collect
collect
herself. She's got 2 mustaches on right now.
Dude. Oh yeah, that's great. She's got
I
one
got
on her
the
lower,
a
on
starving
her chin.
artist.
I'm a starving artist.
Man. Alright. I'm just gonna let that one go for now.
Okay, here's your first one. So whoever gets it first wins Mike's car.
Have fun with
My
that.
scar's not even here.
I want to lose now.
Oh, all right. Here's the first one. Hopefully it's not too loud.
That's Charlie Brown's theme song.
Oh wow,
I knew that, and you just were so fast, weren't you?
he's too quick. So they play. What the heck? He scared the shit. Charlie scared the shit out of me. Speaking of Charlie.
Snoopy.
So they have this for the Halloween and for their Thanksgiving. Like, I don't know, they incorporate it. So 1 point, Mike.
That was, I think
Okay.
I owe you a pack of Pokemon cards because I still thought that it wasn't Charlie Brown who got the rock when they were trick-or-treating.
Dude, it was definitely him.
In the
Did you
Great
watch?
Pumpkin.
Definitely him.
I didn't watch
That's
it,
like
but
the whole bit.
You were right.
He's like, I got a rock.
Yeah.
They're like, I got a package of gum. I got some tattoos. I got a cornball
I
like
got
thing.
a rock.
I got a rock.
Kayla, we're
Charlie.
gonna hit this little.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
To see who does it, but Kayla, be careful because I can just see you like knocking all
I
your
know.
shit.
I'll move it. I'll move it right here. Maybe that's not a good place.
Here, you can move right here
Okay.
if you want.
There you
It's
go.
just like, it's not as easy to reach
Yeah,
over here,
exactly.
but it's okay. I'll sacrifice
Your
it.
beer's going to
I'll
be gone. I'm going to be
sacrifice it.
drinking it. All of
Keep
it's
your
gone.
paws off
I'm like,
there.
Keep your paws off of the beer.
Daddy
mine.
paws. All right, here's your next one. It's not exactly Halloween,
Okay.
but it's got like some monsterish qualities to it.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
That's Howlin' for You
Yes, it
Oh, I don't
is.
even know.
Wow,
by the
Mike.
Black Keys, right?
You got it, man.
Yeah. I love this song. Turn
I love
it up.
I love
turn it
this
up.
band.
You've never heard this song, Kayla?
I have heard this song. I just didn't
like
have
a
the name at the
commercial.
ready.
I had to think. I was
For
like,
you.
Yeah.
Ah.
this is a good ass song. Johnny, there is one song that I hope you play for us. I want to can I borrow that pen, Kayla? I'm going to write it down.
Okay.
Because I hope you play this. I'm going to write it down. I don't want to spoil anything in case
Okay.
you did, though.
I don't know if
So-
I did or not. I probably did.
You
If it's-
probably did?
If it's Halloween themed, I probably did.
Kind of. It's
Okay.
kind of like that song.
I gotcha. Okay, here is a classic.
All right.
This is a classic, and I hope Mike doesn't get it.
You son of a bitch. Keep your hand off.
Sounds
Oh, wow.
kinda-
Goddamn. You son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch!
Son of a gun.
Here we go.
Phantom of the Opera.
I mean, it was, but it's called something. It's got an actual name.
Is it like Dracula's castle?
No, think like classically named.
Classic?
Like weird. Like what would Mozart, whoever wrote this, call it?
Symphony number 12. Organ
Dracula's
for
entrance.
demons.
No, it's called Toccata and Fugue.
FU too, Johnny, because I don't know. I would never have guessed that.
It's in D minor if you didn't know.
Okay, well that's good to know.
I thought it was in D major.
I know,
so
right?
I'm glad you.
Definitely, you were so close.
Makes
to
a
getting
big
it right,
difference. Seriously,
Yeah.
we'll give Kayla that point because it technically is in Phantom.
Yes,
of the
give me that
Opera.
point, and I
Yeah.
answered
Fine.
first, right?
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I deserve it.
All right, that's fine. Whatever.
Okay.
Mike,
Whatever.
you're not gonna win that easily. Okay, here comes another one. I hope this one was a jam
Okay.
back in the day. Oh, it's like a whole fucking music video. Jesus. I'd play it on here, but you guys would know. I'd put it on the
Is it Thriller?
close.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, what was that other one? Because is it?
Dude, this music video is pretty graphic.
I want to look.
Yeah, I want to look.
I want to know what you're talking about.
I'll play it.
Is it Michael Jackson?
No.
No, it's not. So it's close to Thriller.
Oh,
I don't know.
is this She-Wolf?
Yes!
Oh my God, She-Wolf
She
by
got it.
Shakira.
Yep.
Yes, oh,
Yes.
She-Wolf.
I did not
Dude,
know
look
this
at
one.
this.
Put it up on that screen.
Okay,
She's always like, oh.
don't look at the other
Whoa!
tabs. Whoa, shit, where'd it go?
Did you delete?
No,
everything
that would
again?
suck.
Oh my God, she's nude. Ah!
Oh, that's awkward.
Oh.
I'm like,
You know,
It's
I
like a
think
weird-
It's a onesie.
I
That's a
don't
weird-
really, it's not really the visuals I was picturing
Right?
for this song.
Yeah, me neither.
This is pretty scandalous.
Just a woman in a cage.
Pretty much. She's like in a nude
Here it
onesie.
comes ready. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, she knows it.
All right.
Mike doesn't know it's Shakira. Come on.
I'm taking off my
Did you
hood
say
so
I
I can
don't
hear
know a
better.
Shakira?
Come on.
No, he said I don't know.
He doesn't even know Shakira or a Shakira.
I don't know any Shakiras. God damn it.
What a loser.
All right, so we're tied
All right,
now.
you guys are tied
Just
2
like
and 2.
that. We're tied. What? Yeah.
my hand.
Shake
Two
your
and
hand.
two.
Okay. We're good sportsmanship.
Sports over here.
Sports.
Spot stuff. All right, this is another classic. Both of you guys will know this, so let's see.
This is Halloween Town. This is Halloween.
Oh no, that's from Nightmare
Before Christmas.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is
This is
Halloween.
Halloween.
But you said
So he said
I
Halloween
did. I
Town.
did say Halloween Town.
Yes.
But I corrected
You should give us
myself.
I think
Each
I'm not giving
a half point.
I'm not giving either of you guys points for that one. We'll ball out on that.
Perfect
My
timing.
ears fell off and everything.
It's our town of Halloween.
It's a good one. Okay, so no points there.
God damn it.
All right.
You got the movie.
I just got
wrong.
so excited. I
You did.
don't have to rush once I hit it.
I
Like
know,
we're good to
jeez.
go. Halloween.
Pudding pop.
Boo boo.
Okay, here's a classic. Not for Halloween.
Every one of these has been a classic so
So I
far.
pick out classic songs, Mike.
Werewolves in London. And I wrote that down. That's what I wanted.
Oh
So close that
shit!
You were
What was
right
up?
on
I
top.
hate
This
your
fight over here.
hand.
That's hilarious. You guys have scrambled for it.
Fun fact, when I was going through my notes for today's episode,
Wow.
I was listening to like a Halloween mashup.
Yeah.
And Werewolves in London came on.
It's a great song,
I was
right?
like, pumped it up, yeah.
Yeah, we cover this one. It's a good one.
Oh, I fucking love Werewolves
Warren
in London.
Zevon.
You sure?
Looking for a place called
So that's-
fuck. So 3-2.
Okay.
It's neck and neck here, boys and girls. Okay, here's a good one. Both of you will probably know this one too. That's a weird place to have a mustache, Mike.
Yeah, I'm like
He's
stroking
got-
my mustache.
It's so
Mustache.
weird. Looks like a fucking caterpillar on the side of your mouth.
What can I say? That's how I grow mustaches.
Oh my god.
Fuck you. Don't judge me.
And now you're mine.
Hocus pocus!
Oh, you son of a!
I cast a spell on you.
Oh Oh shit!
Put a spell on
That
you.
was quick. Oh my god.
I'm so mad.
Mike was a quick
I'm starting
guy
to
in that
feel
one.
really frustrated.
There's one more.
Well, Mike's gonna win. It's fine. It's fine.
Let's hear a little bit of this.
Oh, I fucking love this movie. It is.
It's a good game. I'm sure. This is a good game
This is a
too,
solid
but I
game.
mean, like,
Good
the
game.
movie is good. Okay.
This is my favorite, and I wrote it down actually for like top 3 Halloween movies. This is
this
number
one?
1.
Oh,
for me.
dude,
Yeah.
this is
number
tops.
1.
Tops.
This one, I'm a big fan of Halloween Town.
Halloween
actually.
Town.
Halloween
is up
Town
there.
is on my list too.
Did you see that the girl that was in Halloween Town? Did she marry the dude that was like? Remember the kid that was like her age, but like the bad guy's
The
like
Warlock?
hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was like his face is all messed up.
Trappa. Yeah.
Yeah. I think she married him. Like
What?
They actually dated or married or something.
Hey,
That's
hey.
Isn't that crazy?
wild. Yeah, theater kids, you know.
I know, right?
Showmans.
Serious. Okay, here's the last one. This one's gonna
Okay.
be tough.
Ooh, I like a tough one.
It's a tough one. I
So
don't think
is it- wait,
either of you will get it.
Wait,
honestly.
is it as tough as a deer's heart?
Yes, tougher
Nothing's
probably.
tougher than that. but-
Exactly. I have firsthand experience.
Ew.
And that was the hardest thing I've ever gripped in my hand.
Oh my god!
I've gripped some pretty hard shit in my hand.
Yeah,
all
it's
right?
up there, right?
Oh my
up there.
god!
Okay, here we go. Good luck. Oh fuck! I didn't know.
Casper the Friendly
I didn't
Ghost.
know it had that in the damn theme.
Right after they said it. Casper the
God
Friendly
damn it.
Ghost.
I would not have gotten
Nice
that, though.
try.
I'm not counting
I'm
that
just
one.
not fast enough.
I would have thought of like I thought of Spooky Scary Skeletons. For a
Oh no
moment.
no! I didn't
like the
play that
old
one.
one.
I made sure not to do that because I knew you would.
The
get
new
it for
ones.
Sure.
Oh my
Spooky
gosh!
Scary
You know what?
Skeletons are-
Soundtrack is so good. The
What's that?
soundtrack from Casper the Friendly Ghost, like the 19 whatever.
Oh, the movie.
Oh yeah,
1990.
yeah, like the live action one.
Oh my god, it's so good. James Horner, what a guy! But he died in a helicopter accident.
Holy shit!
So I'm really sad about
What
that.
a way to go! God,
Oh. He also did the Titanic soundtrack. Just so everybody knows.
damn,
That was a stellar.
that was a great
It's
one.
They're
amazing.
making another. Didn't you share this on Facebook?
You bet I did.
And they're making another one, and they're
Titanic
like going to do the
too.
same.
Are they really?
Not
they're
a
gonna do
movie,
the
like
same,
the actual ship.
Oh yeah. They're
That-
making a brand new. Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, they're gonna go around the same like
The
track.
route
No
and
way,
everything.
it's gonna
Yeah.
sink for sure.
Like, yeah, that's tempting fate, right?
Exactly.
I don't know.
I want to go on that boat.
Fuck that.
How much
I'm
money?
gonna sell my soul
How much money would it take for you to ride on the Titanic 2 going the same way? First voyage.
for someone to pay me
Yeah.
all my student debt
There you go. That and like
That's a
the
lot of
obviously
money.
like the ticket on the
the rest of
boat.
my life. Yeah,
Obviously like pay my way to get there,
Yeah.
and then like I don't know.
I need someone to pay me a weekly allowance.
That'd
of
be
5K,
nice. Yeah, that's a good way to
right?
do it.
That'd be
And
nice.
then,
Like
Yeah.
$10,000
till
a week or some shit.
50.
Yeah.
I'll accept that
Okay. That's fair.
That'd be cool.
I don't
and
think
pay off my debt.
There you go. See, you're set.
$10 and I'd do it.
Spooky city skeletons.
They're spooky and they're scary.
Wow, Mike, you're cheap.
All right,
By
I'm
the-
giving
Or
this
you're-
to Mike.
Yeah.
What can I say? I am a cheap date.
Sorry, he is. He's cheap regardless.
You've seen me drink.
Yeah,
Aw, yeah.
I got him. I bought him a shot, and that was like
That's it.
he just rolled around on
I
the ground.
wanna know,
he was
Jonathan,
tickling everybody.
You had maybe 2 beers more than me that whole night.
Are you
and
talking
you
about
were
fundraiser
fucked.
night?
Yes. No.
No, oh, that was a
Friday.
good
Oh.
night. Mike was drunk.
I
that
was
night.
very
I know
drunk
you
on
were.
I wasn't
fundraiser
tickling
night.
anybody. That was fun.
That was.
I remember
That was a
I
fun
saw
night.
your mom there, Kayla.
I know, cause
And I kept like apologizing. I'm like, look, I'm really drunk and I'm sorry. This isn't me. This isn't who I am. And then I realized later that Stefan's mom was sitting right next to her and I ignored her because I didn't know what was happening. And then she came up to me. She's like, I was like, I'm not this way. And it was like later in the night, so I
Oh,
was really
dude.
fucked up. She's like, I meant to say hi, but I was apologizing too much. It was
Jeez,
quite
the whole night.
Classic.
I was like, "What are the odds Mike makes it into work tomorrow morning?" Because it was on a Thursday night.
But
Was
you
it Thursday?
did?
And I
he
did.
did. I was super
that's
surprised.
really admirable.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what though, I was
Yeah.
snippy
Oh,
because
I
all
bet.
my
That's
patients
a really polite way to be when you're hungry.
all my patients were
I'm
like,
snippy.
"You don't seem yourself." It's
Yeah,
like
bitch,
I'm
I was
fucking
like-
hungover.
I was drinking till
I'll tell
12
you
o'clock
why.
last night.
I was
God
like,
damn.
I had a
Hungover.
rough night.
It was those blueberry ales you were drinking.
But they were fucking good. I would drink them
sneak
all
up
over
on ya.
again.
Oh man.
Sneak right up.
Yeah.
All right, I got the next game all pulled up for you. It's gonna be between Kayla and Johnny this
boy.
time. Go ahead and move your
okay.
drink back
Is
to
it-
where it was.
Okay.
It's just audio, right? You're just playing the
So
audio.
it's
from it?
audio, and
Okay.
it's from scary movies.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them
Gotta
actually
be, like, right between.
coincide. They are with kind of what you had with your soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
So some of them are the same, which I'm kind of proud of. But I've got
You hear
7.
That?
Your
It's
mustache.
me petting my mustache.
Ooh,
Oh my god.
texture.
So I just need the title of the movie. Nothing like who said it or whatnot. Just the title of the movie.
Jurassic Park.
It's not Jurassic Park.
Jeff Goldblum.
Jurassic
Jeff
Park 3.
Jeff Goldblum.
All right.
Goldblum.
So first person who clicks on the little the little block wins. Yes.
Ooh.
Ready?
Trigger happy.
Ka-tink, ka-tink. Make sure the volume's up too.
Mother has to speak the words that condemn her own son.
Jeez.
But I couldn't allow them to believe that I would commit murder.
What the
They'll
fuck?
put him away now, as I should have years ago.
I started hard.
He was
This is
always
hard.
bad.
Everybody
In
wants to
the
be a
end,
cat.
He intended to tell them I killed those girls and that man. As
Do you know
if
what
I
this
could
is?
do
No.
anything except just sit and stare.
Think about the mother
like one of
line.
his stuffed birds.
Psycho.
They know
Oh.
You got it.
Psycho Norman Bates.
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn.
It's so creepy because I actually thought
Just
this
in
like
case they
this
do.
guy is such a good actor.
He is.
Yeah.
This is
'Cause
like
that's-
at the end when he's like in the bank, the jail.
Was he talk? Is he talking?
That's his mind.
Dude.
Yeah. Have you seen Psycho?
Yes, but I haven't seen it in such a long time.
Right.
The way he talks, like that is so creepy.
Yeah.
His mother is his alter
my
ego.
It goes
Yeah.
more and more like the
So
whole
weird.
monologue. Like I think
And then
she
at the end,
says
he's like,
his
"I
name.
wouldn't hurt a fly."
Oh
Right.
yeah. So fucking. That is a good movie.
So very good, Kayla.
That's a
You
good
got
one.
the first point right out of the bat.
I was like, damn. I thought it was a cartoon, like a Halloween, like from the 50s, like the way the soundtrack was. I was like, I have no idea.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, I don't know.
That was an old one. That was probably the hardest one on here.
That was
The
tough.
one to start
Okay.
tricky. So
It was
the
tough
rest
one.
are pretty fun. So the next one, Johnny, I picked this one out for you. So I hope you get
Pressure's
this
on,
one.
Johnny.
Yeah. All right, ready?
Ooh. Ooh.
This is it, Jennifer. Your big breaking TV. From the prime time, bitch.
Oh!
Is this Evil Dead?
No.
Oh God. Okay.
It's what's the dude's name? Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Nightmare
When he
on
said
Elm
Freddy?
bitch,
Street.
that's the only reason I know.
Bitch.
Hey, bitch.
It's when
God.
hang on, let me see if I can bring this
That's
to
like the
big
scary
screen.
Terry, like the Rick and Morty. Do you watch
Yeah.
Rick and Morty?
No.
Oh my
I
gosh,
don't.
Kayla,
I've
what are you
seen it.
doing?
I've seen some arbitrary episodes.
They're
but
so funny.
I know it is actually really
Does
funny.
he kill her?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's the
why?
third one.
Yes, it's
Dream
the-
Warrior.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
His head comes out of the TV.
No way.
This is it, Jennifer. Your big breaking TV.
She's dreaming though, right?
From the prime time, bitch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, but Johnny, if you die in the dream, you die in real
Oh my
life.
God, is that
Holy
Lawrence
shit.
Fish?
It
what's that
was.
guy's name?
Which
Yeah.
is crazy because like you would never think that he was
So
like,
young.
Yeah,
That's nutty.
Not that he's so
That's
young. but-
wacky.
yeah.
Wacky shit.
Super wacky, bro.
Right.
No, that's messed up.
Just like
That whole movie's fucked up.
It
you guys
is
are
actually.
It's been a while.
All right, next movie, Johnny. I'm almost positive you won't get
Show
this.
me what you got.
Here we go.
Dude, what?
Babadook. Babadook.
Oh, man. The Babadook. Can you play that? Can you put it on the
Yeah,
TV?
let me put it up for you.
Jeez.
I knew I would know that kid's fucking voice anywhere. He's so annoying. Babadook, duck, duck.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've... This one. Shut up.
I can't. You just be.
Oh
That's my life every day.
I love when it's just like.
Isn't that like the meme, too?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, where it's like, would you just, whatever.
very
Dude,
good.
that's great.
Kayla, you're up by 1 now.
Represent.
All right, next movie.
Let's see.
Oops.
Show us what you got.
Show us what you
This
got.
mustache isn't helping my movie trivia knowledge.
It's
I
not.
thought it
Oh,
would.
it's not giving you the brain knowledge.
I'm bummed out. Ooh.
I think something that isn't her. Or maybe she just loves something to eat.
Eat? That's ridiculous. Mothers don't eat daughters.
I don't know. How do you taste?
Any ideas?
I think I know what it is. Is it Tim Burton?
Yeah.
It's Coraline, isn't it?
It is
Yeah.
Oh,
Coraline.
well, I have never seen Coraline.
Just her voice.
You've never seen Coraline?
It's creepy.
No, I
It's a good
never
one.
have.
Coraline's
I know.
such a good one.
I was staying quiet earlier because I don't want everyone to be upset with me.
We're all upset with you, Kayla.
I'm just waiting for the right time, you know.
There you
It's
go.
all about
The right
timing.
time.
Yeah, it's all about timing, baby.
Halloween is a great time, Kayla. All right. Next movie. You guys are tied up again.
All right. Oh,
Neck
shit.
and neck here in
my
the Cyber
God.
Shindig.
Shit.
All right.
Ashes to ashes and dust to dust.
This is Nightmare Before Christmas, isn't it?
I'm feeling weird.
Yeah. It's the dude. It's the.
Nightmare Before Christmas. I played the right way.
She
What
did follow the
is
rules.
the Nightmare Before Christmas?
You gotta ask the question. It's Jeopardy style. This is Oogie Boogie, right?
This is Oogie Boogie. My favorite character in probably the whole.
Who does his voice? Do you know?
I have no idea.
It's a pretty good voice.
He does really well, though.
Oogie Boogie.
Oogie Boogie. He's spooky.
All right.
He's a spookster.
Next movie.
Are you the guys hiding out in the attic?
The fuck?
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Nice.
My favorite.
Nice.
Under there.
Aren't you scared?
Is that Winona Ryder's
That's
voice?
Winona right there.
Hey.
Yes, babe.
Yeah.
I love me some Winona.
Why Nona?
Veins and
Why?
I didn't want to choose like a Beetlejuice scene because I figured both of you would get that real quick.
Oh yeah.
Beetlejuice.
All right.
That's a good one. How many more you got?
I've got two more.
Oh,
You guys are tied,
shit.
3-3. So it could be a tied game.
It's going down.
This one is hard though.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see what you guys get.
This one's hard.
tried to test me. I ate his liver.
Oh.
Some fava beans.
Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
That's what's his name?
He puts the lotion on his skin. But although that's not
Frosty
him,
gets
right?
the
I don't know.
hose
I've only
again.
ever seen like. Yeah.
What's the dude's name?
Hannibal Lecter.
Hannibal Lecter.
Hannibal Lecter.
And he's got like when he's locked up or whatever, they got like his mouth
like-
all like fucking. Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah, right up there.
I
Although this is the one when
refuse
he
to
doesn't
watch
have the
that
mask.
whole movie.
Have you never watched the whole thing through?
No.
It's creepy.
It actually just the idea of it really disturbs me.
He's just eating people.
Oh yeah.
Nah, that's
See
fine.
a lot, Doctor.
They taste fine.
But are you strong enough to point that high-powered perception at yourself?
That's Mrs. Incredible.
Why don't you?
Is it?
Why don't you look at yourself and write down what you see?
I don't know. It sounds like
it
her.
sounds like her. I think there's another Holly Hunter. I want to say.
Is that who it
shit.
was?
Mrs. This is Jodie Foster.
Oh, okay.
They both have that kind of weird.
Yeah,
like,
that like.
smash, smash,
Yeah.
smash. We both did it. Are you sure, Doctor? Let's just watch your
lucky
one
now.
I ate
Look
his
at this
liver.
little thing he does at the end, though. Hold on.
And a night.
Nice Chianti.
There it is. Ew, look at her. She's like, wow, I'm out.
Like, whoa.
This is it for me.
You fly back to school now, little starting.
Little
That's it.
starling.
That's creepy.
Yeah, okay, I
Love it.
won't.
Dude.
All right, I've got one more.
What a fucking legendary character.
Kayla's
Nice.
up by one, so this is like
So now.
this is your last
This is
chance to
it.
catch up, brother.
Redemption.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Ooh.
There's gonna be an ad first.
Oh, come on.
I
Such
had
is
it.
the age we
well,
live in.
I had it up, and then someone I think fucking closed it out.
Nah, man,
so.
what you talking about?
Oh yeah.
That didn't happen.
Who would that
Who
be?
could
I
have
don't know,
done
the
that?
ghost of
All
the
right, here we
studio?
go.
I'm Tom Selleck.
Let's brew another batch.
Oh, this.
Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, you got it.
As soon as she's like, let's brew another book.
Sisters, did you
The
hear
book comes
what
flying at her. Hits her right in the
What
face.
shall we do with you? Barbecue and fillet.
That's barbecue and fillet.
Let me play with them.
Oh, that was the best one.
Let me play
Is that
with
when the
them.
teenagers were like caught up in the thing? Or was it when they had.
Yeah, it was.
Right?
when
Oh, yeah, like a
Hollywood.
little-
Yeah, that guy was.
Yeah.
That's why I call Ro the
Yeah.
Hollywood dude. Very good.
What's
Kayla,
up,
you won.
She's
I
the
won.
winner.
You are a
the
winner.
Halloween queen.
That's my name.
You redeemed yourself.
Don't wear it
quick.
out.
Wear it
So
out.
Johnny, you got to eat a bean boozled
You have to
Let me
eat
try one of these,
some fava
actually.
beans and human.
Oh, shit.
With a little-
And your heart, the deer
deer
heart,
heart.
wherever
Heart.
the hell it is.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God.
jeez. Okay, I'm going to try one of these bean boozles.
Do it.
Um,
Don't look at him. Don't look at him. Be a man. Come on.
no, I'm not going to look. I just want to see what I've.
You gotta eat that jelly bean.
What am I dealing with here?
Be a man. Make
Okay.
sure you don't
Wait, can I
eat
read the,
Yeah.
the flavors?
So this is either Stinky Sock or Tutti Frutti.
Ooh.
Ew, I can hear you, dude. Stinky socks? Your
I can't-
face is...
Yeah, it's Stinky Sock. It's not good.
How would you describe the flavor?
Musky.
That's
Musky?
stinky.
Like a. Oh.
Oh, I don't know if I can do this.
Kayla, I think it's only fair because you lost
bad.
as well.
I did.
It is.
I
It's
know.
bad.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Eat the blue one because that's either toothpaste or
Toothpaste or berry blue. That seems pretty safe.
yeah, that's like tame.
Oh
Because-
man, this is disgusting,
What'd you think it would taste like? Great,
dude.
dude. You got tears in your eyes,
eat
brother.
The blue one because otherwise, if I pick between the green ones, it'll be booger or juicy pear.
No, do the green one.
No, I gotta do the blue one.
Kayla, you gotta eat that green
this
jelly bean.
Okay, I'll eat the green one.
Yeah. What is
this
this
one?
one?
Is either rotten egg or buttered popcorn.
Eat that.
I'm
Eat
not
that.
eating that.
Mike, you
Here,
eat it.
I'll eat that
Mike,
one.
okay,
Hit me
you
up.
go first.
All right, hold on. Everyone,
okay,
grab a
Johnny?
hold
Everybody
on.
say a prayer
I'm
for
good.
Johnny.
Yeah, say a prayer for my
downing
stomach.
a Snickers
Please.
to clean out the taste.
I'm trying to get.
And you're
my
gonna get a
palate
green
clean.
one, right?
Okay, I'll do a green one.
All right, let's
This one looks safer.
tink the tink. All right,
Tink.
ready?
Ready?
I won this shit. I don't know why
I know.
I'm doing it. All right.
You're just a man.
All right, go ahead. Son of a whore.
What'd you get? Rotten egg? Oh no! Do not get it. Why would you? Oh, I smell it. It's rotten.
Keep that over
I
there.
definitely got juicy pear.
You're lucky.
I
You
did.
lost.
I know. I won the second
That's
round.
disgusting.
So I
You
deserve
rotten egg.
this.
It's stuck.
Oh my god, he's hyperventilating.
Oh my god,
Wait,
it
Mike, are you
stinks.
okay?
That's great.
Okay,
Get
who
the
wants to
fuck
eat the
out of
rest?
here.
Because I'm not eating one of these.
Oh
white
hell no! I'm
ones,
not eating
'cause
any of those. I'm
Oh
gonna
my
trick
God.
someone to eating
That
these.
was disgusting.
One of the white ones is spoiled milk, and I'd
Oh,
rather die.
yeah.
than-
There's no way.
There is a vomit flavored
yeah,
one,
yeah. That's like the Birdie
and it
Bots.
really tastes like vomit.
That's disgusting.
you
man.
don't get candy. Put that candy back, damn it.
Pear's
Oh,
not
my
the
God.
best flavor.
That's so funny.
It was pretty good.
You ass.
She's like, it was pretty good actually. Honestly, it was pretty solid.
Man.
I
Oh,
would eat
jeez.
it again.
It's good stuff, guys. We're gonna take another quick break. We'll be back before you freaking know it. Before you can click your little Halloween heels together 3 times and say Mike's a bitch. So
You asshole.
So we'll be back after this quick break, guys. Maybe we'll play a. Should we play a? We haven't done a plug from the quadratic equation. in
We
a while.
gotta
Maybe
do a
I'll
plug from the quadratic equation.
I'll plug our boys at the Dad Podcast.
Nice.
Yeah, listen to the Dad Podcast.
The Dad Podcast should give us a call and let us know what your favorite Halloween candy is.
The I love the boys at the Dad Podcast.
I
Big
don't know
Chad.
who you are, but I like the name.
Chad Hoy
It's
and
a good
Cabrin
one.
Weaver. One of them's from Texas and one of them's in Tennessee.
Chad Hoy, Kayla, went to my, what was it, open house
Yeah.
from high school.
Oh.
His high school
First time
open
I
house.
met
Chad?
him. The first and last time I met him, and we're good friends.
Yeah, just through the old podcasting community.
Yeah, now we're through the podcast. And
Yeah,
so
he's a cool guy. I miss him a lot.
it's pretty neat.
He's a Texas boy now. Nice, dude. I like that.
Got
That
that
looks good.
unibrow going on.
That looks good.
Mm.
Hell yeah. You know what the Dad
short
Bod
one.
Dad Podcast doesn't have?
What?
They don't have unibrow, mustache, fake, big fakers.
Big
That's what they don't
fakers.
have.
You fake.
You
You fake. Get out of here. Ah.
Yeah, guys, listen to the Dad Podcast. We'll plug their spot right after this. We'll see you soon.
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an
Cyber
image
Shindig Podcast, baby.
monster from his
Welcome back from the break.
and suddenly,
Spooky break.
to my surprise,
He did the mash.
He did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash.
Have you ever seen the Futurama one where they do this?
No.
It's like Zoidberg singing with himself. Holy shit, let me play that real quick.
All right.
It is so fucking funny. Welcome back to the Cyber Shindig Podcast, everybody, by the way. Hope you had a great break.
We had a productive break.
Yeah, we sure did.
God, that wine. We were struggling opening this thing.
And technically, we
The-
didn't.
The opener that requires 16 hours to charge, we got to sort of like shrivel off a little bit of the cork.
Yeah.
And then eventually we just punched the whole cork down into the bottle.
We said fuck it.
Just
And,
punched
And
it
now,
down.
like, if you could see this bottle, the cork is floating in there.
Yeah.
Like a
Say
barrel.
it. Say no. No. Say what you
It's
said.
not how I described it to
Yeah,
my
say what you
friend.
said. Say what you said. It's
It
fine.
honestly, I'm sorry, everyone. It kind of looks like a turd, like floating
It's a
in the
big
witch's
floater.
brew.
we got a floater in the
it's
witch's brew.
bobbing.
I like how you apologize. I told Kayla when we were
sorry.
coming up, I was
I'm
like,
sorry.
last episode we had that like
Oh
disgusting
my
shit.
God.
And I was
Oh
like,
yeah, I heard about
It was
that.
pretty gnarly.
I was like, we're not going to do that. And I was like, they were cutting up sperm and shit. And then Johnny's like, you were like, I'm sorry, guys, but it looks like a turd.
I'm so
oh my
sorry.
God, dude. The videos, this is a pretty mild episode, but the videos from last episode.
You're welcome.
It was, it was fucked up.
It was really fucked.
Mike was like
gagging. I almost threw up.
Mike was not a fan.
Almost ran to that garbage can. When you see this shit in real life, I
don't want to. I hope I never do.
You should never see a person snort another person's anything.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And she did it with another man's semen, and it was interesting to say the least.
No, it was fucking gross. Very creative.
It's a little different.
It's a creative choice.
Different strokes for different folks, Mike. All right. You want to hear?
So we got the witch's brew though.
We did. We got it open,
and that's what we're drinking.
And it's pretty tasty, honestly.
Mike even.
I'm sipping on it.
He's sipping.
He's sipping on it.
I don't mind it. It's good. It's got an oaky taste.
It's got a little bit of.
It's got a corky taste.
Yeah.
It warms the soul.
It's good. Yeah. It's good. It's just a cheap little wine from whatchamacallit, from
Strack.
Strack Van Til, sponsored,
Strack
not
Van
sponsored.
Sponsored, not
sponsored.
Not sponsored.
That'd be nice.
Strack Van Tils?
All the chicken we can eat.
That's good chicken.
That's pretty good chicken.
That's what you go to, the chicken.
Fuck yeah. Listen to this. Oh, it's not going to work.
Can't hear it, dude. It's all morph.
Give me that robot brain. And you,
Oh, I thought you were going to show me. I got
no.
I got nervous. Like, it was a weird
no.
segue, and you're like, yeah, listen to this.
I'll tell you too.
Oh, it's Futurama.
I was lonesome for my friend a minute ago when a happy thought dispelled my woe.
God, it's so annoying.
It is.
It's not even good. I'm not even going to play it.
He's cyborg skull. He wants a brain.
It's funny. If the audio was working better, it'd be better. But
I do like Futurama.
Got
I
a
went through
taste.
that whole,
Dude.
the whole thing in a summer. Have you ever watched Futurama?
A few episodes here and there.
I rode the whole storm out with him. It was great.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so good. It was so sad at the end.
It was really
I
sad.
heard it was actually really sad.
It's a sad series. They have a dog episode.
Don't tell me.
Yeah,
no
that
more.
one's
It's
pretty sad.
fucking tragic, man.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't know if anybody knows this, but this is a very helpful tip for anyone that is triggered in any way by dog deaths in movies. There is a website called doesthedogdie.com.
No way.
You can type in pretty much anything, and you can look up if the dog dies.
There's a
And
website
they
for
actually, I think
everything,
they have
yeah.
a symbol too for even if the dog is like injured, but doesn't die.
It's an app, I think, too.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I remember we were watching The Babadook, I think.
Oh, we had to look it up,
And we
I mean,
looked it up.
obviously
Does the
that
dog
dies.
die? And it did die. Spoilers alert.
Did
it
you
did die.
know? Have you ever seen the film Milo and Otis?
Long
No.
It's a
time
cat and a
ago.
dog.
Yeah.
There's like one scene in this whole movie where something happens to the cat and the cat gets thrown from like another dog or something.
Yeah.
Oh.
They killed 35 cats trying to film this one shot, dude. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Demented.
It got 35 cats' lives or something crazy like that.
Wait, I gotta.
We're technically
I'll
only
look it up
4
later.
because that's 9. So.
Yeah.
It's
You wanna
only
get-
4. Only
get
4 cats
technical.
died.
Okay.
It's not as bad as it sounds.
Yeah,
honestly.
that's not
I mean,
terrible.
Like when you,
It was a good movie too. So
What year was this?
that was like a 2000s, 1990s,
They
2000s.
didn't they have animal shit?
Oh, I'm sure
like-
they could have filmed it anywhere though, out of the U.S.
I guess. Fuck.
or like in Mexico or something.
Oh, I didn't think you could just film that out of the
Dude,
country.
pretty nuts. I heard that on another podcast and was like, wait a second. And I looked it up and I was like,
legit.
that is insane.
That's so.
So a lot of cats died.
Those poor
For
cats.
this-
Sorry.
for
guys.
one
Let's
scene.
let's
Where's
have
Felix?
a moment of silence for
There
the
you go.
cats.
Raise a glass for 34 cats.
Cheers.
There is usually a cat that runs around down here.
Yeah, Big Fee.
Big Felix.
I've been looking for Felix.
He is
I
like
heard
he's
tell.
hanging out. I don't know. He gets scared with the dogs sometimes.
Aw,
So
Yeah.
poor baby.
yeah, he's a good cat. He's just real skittish and like.
What
runs
color
away.
is this cat?
What is he? Grayish,
He's gray.
brown and white.
He's kind of tabby looking.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah,
I
he's a
got
good
the
cat.
visual I needed.
Dude, he meows so much because he knows like my mom feeds him every morning.
Yeah.
And all I hear down here is meow. I'm like, shut. It's like 6 a.m. I'm like, shut
Shut
up, cat. God dang it.
They have a feeding schedule. Mona wakes up
Yep.
at 5 sharp every
She's
morning,
ready.
even on weekends.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And you hear? Does she meow at you?
No, she just she jumps in bed and she knows like our alarm. She knows the sound of them, and she'll come up and she'll be like, "Hey, your alarm went
Time
off.
to
Hey,
wake up.
Hey,
time to go."
You don't even need an alarm. You just got your cat to wake you up.
I guess that's pretty much what it is.
Solid.
She's a bitch.
Anyways, guys, so here at the Cyber Shindig podcast, we like ghost stories. Spooky ghost stories at that. Yeah, we like spooky stories here. And personally, I think I was talking to Mike and Kayla, and we're all kind of on different spectrums, levels of the spectrum at least, when it comes to believing in ghosts, I think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty skeptical of ghosts. I don't know if I'm a believer or not. I don't know.
I'm middle of the road. I believe there is an inexplicable element to life. Where
Respect.
things happen
beautiful.
that, you know, like are inexplicable.
Yeah.
But, you know, yeah, I really do think there's some sort of element.
Yeah.
She's like a scientific.
Yeah, that's what it
approach.
sounds
There's
like.
something. There's
Yeah.
something. I keep saying inexplicable. That's like the one word.
That's inexplicable.
It's a good
There's
one.
you know, there's an element there. There's an energy that we can't explain.
I believe in ghosts. I think there's ghosts. I've seen ghosts. I felt ghosts. There's ghosts.
Seen ghosts. Huh?
I've seen ghosts.
What-
Kayla
what-
knows about the ghost I've
Oh my
seen.
gosh.
It's a spooky ghost.
What kind of ghost
This
is
is
it?
the one in your grandparents'
My grandparents' house, yeah. I've seen some spooky ghosts. I've seen some okay ghosts. And usually, and this was mostly when I was like a teenager, younger, I feel like I've lost a lot of, because me and your sister were actually talking about this when I get my hair snipped,
Yeah.
that when you're a kid, you're like more susceptible to like
Yeah.
things. And when you like,
Your mind's a little more.
You open
Yeah.
yourself up to that stuff.
Yeah.
too.
Right.
Like you kind of look for it.
but I think
I
as an
would think.
adult, you lose like the sight. I think you still feel things. Like I think your sister
you explained
feels
it away.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you're like, that's just the air condition. And
I just don't
Michael,
have time
it's
for
winter.
it, pretty much. I'm just like, dude, I got so much shit to do now.
It's like, fuck you, ghost. I ain't got time for you.
If
Get
you are
away.
there, I don't care.
I need to go to bed right now. I'm gonna be up tomorrow for work. No. So what? When you say you saw spooky ghosts, you mean like menacing? Are they like out to
Menacing.
like cause trouble?
Only one that I've personally seen. The other one was just kind of weird, and then
Okay.
the other one I did not see.
Well, what can you tell us about the menacing one? What was the deal with that?
Sure. Cue up the music.
Here it comes. Drop
All
that
right.
beat.
It was a dark and stormy night.
There's a ghost right there.
Carol was
Oh,
down in
it's
the
terrifying.
Carol.
Okay, so story time.
Story time.
My grandparents' house, it's down in Lake Village. It's a real old house. It was built back in like the early 1900s. And when my uncles were young, so I didn't know this, they have a back room, and it's next to the front door. It's like apart from the rest of the house.
like
You
a
go-
parlor, like a mudroom kind
Kind
of
of,
deal?
yeah, because it goes to the parlor. It's got the little living space, then the kitchen, and then blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. So it's really far from like the main like heart of the house. Okay?
All right.
When I was a kid, you would go back there. That's where you would stay the night. That's where you'd sleep. And I always felt very uncomfortable sleeping in the room. And it's not like I didn't see anything at first, but I always felt like stuff was watching me in the corner.
It's just some random guy out there in the middle of Lake Village watching Mike sleep.
Well,
That's
as I got
scary enough.
older, that was my real fear. I was like, shoot, there's no neighbors around. And
I'd take a ghost right now.
yeah, right?
I'd be cool with a ghost.
So I would always like in the middle of the night, because I didn't want to tell my grandparents like about it. I'd like go sneak into the living room and sleep on the floor. And my grandmother hated that because you're sleeping on the floor.
What, did you have a bed in the back room then or
I
something?
did have
Yeah.
a bed in the back room.
Nice.
So I always felt like something was watching me, like in the corner and right where the door was. And I think that's what freaked me out the most, because that's the door and that's like your way of escape. So this happened for a while, and then as I got like
So wait,
old,
you saw something there?
I didn't see anything. I
You
always
just kinda-
just felt like
okay.
stuff.
Okay.
So as I got older, around 10, I would start to hear like whispering. I'd hear like giggling a lot.
Oh, that's creepy.
Like it sounded like a young girl, pretty much. And I would feel like it was like right next to my bed, like where my head was, and it would be like something would run past. I'd be like, oh, that's spooky. But I was a kid, and I was
Scary.
like, this is a kid too, so that's no big deal. That's fine. And then eventually, like, it started to like get closer to my bed, and like I would still leave. I didn't sleep a full night in that bed for a long time.
Jeez.
And then eventually, you started hearing stuff, and I told my grandparents this. I was like, I don't feel comfortable in the back room. I didn't tell them I was hearing stuff or seeing stuff because I didn't want to think I was being weird. And they said, okay, that's fine. And I'd get to sleep in the living room sometimes.
Mike sleeps in between his grandparents, actually.
No, I do not do that.
He's like 15 years old.
So a little bit later down the road, I was a teenager, like 13, 14. And I was like, this has got to stop. I'm like an adult now. I know everything.
man.
Yeah, I'm 13 years old, dang it. So I would sleep in that room again. And it's still like, it just was an uncomfortable feeling. I'd settle down, I'd feel sleepy. And then something about it, I would just feel like super uncomfortable. And that's when I started to like see certain things in the room. And it would start with like, there was a shadow in the corner. and the shadow would like move slowly. And in my mind, like I'm old enough to realize what's happening. I was like, is there something in the lights? Like, is it moving? Is the fan going? Am I seeing like that? And I couldn't like explain it. So I was like, whatever. And it still freaked me out, but I was like, I'm old now. I'm an adult. I can't be doing this stuff. I can't be sleeping in the living room anymore. You know, my 13-year-old self. And then I think it was when I was in 8th grade, I had seen like someone poke their head in through the door.
Ooh.
And then like come out quick.
Yikes.
So I like got up, and I thought it was my grandma at the time. So I go through the house, and I go into the living room. My grandmother's asleep on the recliner. And my grandfather has been long knocked out on the bed, like he snores. So you can tell when he's approaching too. Mm-hmm. So I was like, that was weird. I was like, maybe I just saw something out of the side of my eye or whatnot.
Ghosts.
So I slept out of that room that night.
You freaked out?
Yeah, and it was like, it would always be a head at first. Like you would see someone like poke in real quick and poke out, like very quickly. I thought it was my grandma for the longest time.
That's creepy.
Yeah, checking in on me. And then I was still in the same, I think it was like 8th grade or maybe my first year of high school. I was overstaying the night again. And it was one of those things where I just felt like something was watching me in this corner of the room. And I just felt like terrible. Like
You felt
like,
terrible?
I felt terrible. There was nothing like that was going on, but I just felt like really bad and like sad and angry. And I didn't know what was happening. So I was like tossing and turning that night. And I woke up and I had some water next to my bed. And I was drinking the water, just kind of like trying to figure out what's going on. And I look in the door and it's like that head pokes in and pokes out again.
So was that twice that had done it that night?
Yes. So I'm like, what's
it's getting
happening?
brave now.
So then, and this is the creepiest part. So I was like, what's going on? I was like, I called my grandmother. I was like, what are you doing? Like, come inside of here. And I shouldn't have said like, come inside.
Oh.
Because what had happened then, it was like a very tall figure, like was in the doorway. It didn't step up. It was just like in the doorway.
But did it come into the doorway? Did it
no,
move?
It was kind of there.
It was like framed in the door.
Yeah, it didn't like poof. It was more like just kind of slowly came into view.
Okay.
And it was really tall. It was taller than like my grandfather, much taller than my grandmother. And it was very just skinny, and you could tell it was like a child, like a girl.
Tall child?
But she was too tall, and her face was like covered with black hair.
What
Like
the
you couldn't
heck?
see the face. And whatever, very slowly like pointed at me.
No way,
Oldest
really?
trick in the book goes.
Oh my god. Yeah, really. Get original.
And then it turned around and like stepped out of my room. Because my step it's like a very big step.
Yeah.
And then it comes back down. So I screamed, and I had my little cell phone. I was like calling my grandparents because I didn't want to like move. And I was like, there's something in the house. And they went around and they were like, there's nothing there. Like you just dreamed. And I stayed right in the living room. And then I didn't stay the night Were
you in that room? Like, or were you in the living room when that thing came out?
I was in that
You were in that room that was, yeah.
So fast forward, I hadn't slept there since until I came home from college. And I was sleeping in the room and it felt way different. I could sleep easy. There was nothing going on.
Really?
And I was like, hey, what happened? Because I feel like the room's dynamic changed. Because I told my grandmother what had happened. And she said, well, it turns out there's a little backstory to it. My 2 uncles, that was their room when they lived there. And my older uncle, he was already out of the house. But my younger one was like a senior in high school. And like it was the last night they were there. And they were having a party in the room. And they were messing around with one of those Ouija boards.
Oh, jeez.
No.
My grandmother was telling me this because my uncle had said something similar. He's like, we were playing around with it, and, it would say, like, I'm so-and-so, and I'm here. I'm going to stay here. And they're like, no, don't stay here. And what was really creepy, it said, can I leave this room?
Ooh, that's
weird. That's what the board had said. And they're like, no. And it's like, can I stay in the room? And they had said yes. Because they told my grandma that they're like, we don't want it out in like to tell you guys like what had happened. And apparently one of his friends got called by their mom saying that they weren't supposed to be out that night. So they got interrupted. They didn't say goodbye.
They couldn't close it out.
Mm-hmm. So
that's creepy.
Once my grandmother found this out, she had called like the priest from the church and said, hey, can you just come by and bless the house?
Mm-hmm.
Like come around. He's like, sure, because they're good friends.
Yeah.
And that was when I was like away from college. They did that. And I came back, and ever since, It's been fine. The room's okay.
Really?
But I still just remember, and I know for a fact I was awake. I was in like my right mind because I was drinking water when it was happening. And you just see this like person materialize.
Screw that. And they pointed at you?
They pointed at me.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like...
You just don't want to mess with that. Yeah. You know?
When I told my grandma that, what she thinks, because she's real into the spiritualism, she's native, she said it was trying to get me to like... she thinks, come out of the room and invite me into the rest of the house. Or for me to invite her to the rest of the house. And they think that's why it came as like a little girl. Because it's supposed to be like, it's supposed to give you more comfort when it's a kid. Yeah.
Ooh, that's
but then
creepy.
when she was taller than a normal like young kid, that's
some red flags.
They glitched on that one.
Yeah, really.
They did.
What
Dead
the heck?
giveaway.
That is creepy.
It was very creepy. I still can't, like that's the one thing where I really believe that something other happened, because I wasn't dreaming. I was up and like I saw what I saw. And it makes sense with like what my uncles were doing, and then the house was blessed, and
it worked out.
Well,
there was nothing else.
Do you think then that, because this is like where I get kind of like torn between the fact that there could be like a paranormal element in the world, or if it's like a demonic element, or if it's the same thing? Because like, would you consider that a demon then, or like a ghost?
I don't know.
Yeah, what was it? I guess it depends on what its means were. You know, what it was trying to do.
I don't think it was trying to scare me, because when they scare you, they like move stuff. Nothing ever moved. I never saw anything move, or I never had.
What is that
like,
called? Poltergeist or whatever, when that shit happens.
Something
when stuff moves by itself.
Yeah. But it didn't seem benevolent. It just, I think she just looked very creepy.
That's scary.
And I think it might have been, you know, thinking on it, if it's a spirit that you summoned, like however you summoned it, and you don't like close the gap, maybe it does something to a spirit, a ghost.
It could.
It could, by keeping it there, maybe it gets disfigured.
Like, yeah.
And maybe she wanted to leave and she couldn't, because they said stay in the room.
Yeah. Those Ouija boards are weird. Clayton always screws. One of my buddies, Clayton, he screws around with those things all the time, like willy-nilly.
That's where I feel like you shouldn't. I don't know. Like, I just feel like that's upsetting.
Something.
Some sort of balance.
Yeah.
I don't know.
When you get that many people, like when you get a big group,
weird things to happen.
Yeah, like that's a lot of energy to be, you know, bringing something
throwing around.
Yeah.
Willy-nilly like that.
I don't like it. But when I was in high school, I thought it was, because I watched a lot of those ghost hunter things, and they said if you have high electrical field, you could see stuff. I was like, maybe there's like a electrical box or something ahead of me.
Right.
But then once it stopped, when I became like an adult, I don't know. That was weird, because it's like you can't. What are you saying, Carol?
Carol's gonna say. Yeah, we had like a little girl, right? Little boy would run up and down the stairs and play big band music when we come home on the radio.
Yeah.
The rocking chair would be going.
Huh.
Seriously?
At our old house, not here. Yeah. It was kind of creepy.
You didn't feel that like negative.
Yeah. So when I was getting my hair cut from Steph, she was telling me about that. And it was a young boy and a girl. A young boy and an old man that she had, or you had seen. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then once you saw them. Right.
Yeah, Stephanie was pretty sensitive.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that would... I couldn't do that.
Yeah, it's like the big band
radio
music
was going at the same time.
Yep. Someone was having a good time in there.
Yeah.
Playing music. That grandfather clock we had, remember that one would go off? Mm-hmm. Or the cuckoo. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was creepy. Well, not creepy, but it was weird. Mm. You know, we had like an old cuckoo clock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Old cuckoo clock that was completely gutted, didn't have anything inside of it, but it would go off like doo doo, or go dong dong dong. You know.
Yeah.
Yep. So it was interesting.
Years later, my brother had said like he had seen like a taller girl there as well. He didn't tell me this ever. Until like he was in high school. He said, really? I also saw like stuff in there. I didn't want to tell you. He's like, because I knew you'd be scared. I'm like, you're the younger brother, you asshole.
He knew.
I knew you'd be scared.
He's like, Mike, honestly, I know you're a big bitch.
But like that just keeps with me. And I don't know. I don't know if it was like paranormal or something like worse. Like I said, I don't think there was any like malintent. I never was like touched. Mm-hmm. But
she grabbed her.
Yeah, she definitely made herself aware of me, and it was weird that I didn't see her face. So it could be either way.
See, I've never had any experience like that. I feel kind of like left out.
I don't know.
Ghostly experience.
I don't want a creepy experience.
Just get a Ouija board.
Oh yeah, right now we'll do it in the basement. Here. God, screw that.
There was
I wouldn't sleep.
No, that would be terrible.
No,
Yeah, Clayton freaking Rose brother messes with that all the time. Like he'll just whip it out. I'm like, get that shit out of here.
Yeah.
He'll have it in his house and under his bed and stuff. I'm like, you are crazy, dude.
Another thing
no
that
way.
like it fed into my belief. I was much older. I was in high school, and we were at my other grandparents' house.
Yeah.
And I didn't experience this, but my little sister did. My grandfather has like a garage where it has an upper level, and a lower level.
Yeah, it's got like a loft where you can store stuff.
And then in the main garage, you can see into the loft.
Yeah.
And my little
like when you're inside of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My little sister like hated going up there because she said she like felt creepy, and she was real young. She was about 8 or 9.
Okay.
And she said she wouldn't go up there. And my grandmother kind of felt the same way. She didn't like going up there. But, we were just like, they're just, being all nilly-willy it is. And then one night we were there. We were in the main garage. And we were just kind of talking with my grandparents. We always had, like, family gatherings there.
Yeah.
And it was not late. So I don't, like, see this as her being tired. But she, like, started screaming. And she fucking run out of the garage. My sister? My little sister. Yeah. And she was about 9 or 10 at the time. And she had said, we got caught up to her, and she's like, what's going on? She's like, there's a man up in the loft. And so they all, like my grandfather, my stepfather, and all of them went up there, and there was nobody up there. And they're like, there's no one up there, sweetheart. And she's like, yes, there is. He has an upside down, like, face.
What?
And I was like, what? I'm like walking away from
I don't like that.
I'm like, what?
I remember the story. I don't remember that element of it, and that scares the shit out of me.
I was telling you about the
I think I remember
the
this.
loft. Because
Sorry,
my
continue.
grandmother, later on, another day, my grandmother had gone up there, and she was pushed.
Ooh.
Like, physically pushed. She said,
Something's-
like, something grabbed her shoulder and moved her, and she tripped over one of the boxes because something had shoved her. I think that's what I told Kayla.
That's sketchy.
So it's definitely something that was malevolent.
Well, do you think it's like the property?
Well, here's the thing.
Or what? Because that's like a lot of shit going on in one house.
Here's
Get
why
out.
Screw that.
So nothing ever happened in the house, and like none of my other siblings felt something, or myself included. Just that one loft that my little sister didn't like.
Yeah.
And it turns out, and I learned this very recently. It was like a year ago because my sister had reached out to me, and we were talking about like spooky shit. And she was like, "Do you remember that man with the upside down face that I saw that one night?" And I was like, "Yes," because I don't. I haven't seen.
So weird.
I haven't seen that other side of the family in a long time. I was like, "Yes," and she's like, "I know what I saw. It was a spirit." And she was like, "It's an angry spirit." And I was like, "What do you mean?" Because she's like me.
How old is she now? Or how old was she when she was
is like
talking to you?
18 now. So she was
Dang.
like 17 because this is like a year ago. But because her and I, like, we had seen stuff, and like at our home we had seen like weird things like in our attic and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think her and I were a bit more like sensitive to things, if you would. But I'm no longer. I just have sleep fucking paralysis. I'd rather see shit than have sleep paralysis.
I think I would too.
Yeah.
Fuck
right?
that. It's sleep paralysis.
She said
that's even scarier.
She said, so my grandmother had it blessed again, the little attic place.
Mm-hmm.
So the priest came out. Is different grandma, different priest.
Yeah.
But they blessed it, and my grandma said it was fine ever since. And they said the priest did some digging. And someone from...
I literally thought you meant like...
No, they didn't
like,
dig in the yard.
Property.
I thought... for a
Found
split
some
second, I was like, where the
bones.
fuck? Wait, what? He's digging on the property.
Because, well, I thought was cool this. The priest was like... kind of like what Kayla is, like middle ground.
Yeah, yeah.
So he was digging into the house to see if there was any murders done there.
Ooh.
And he found out there wasn't a murder. But back in, I think she said like 1890 or like 1900s, right?
Turn of the century.
Right,
there.
the turn of the century, yeah. She said that an owner of the house had fallen from the loft, and he had hit his head. It's cement. And he hit his head, and it like twisted around.
That is creepy.
So he was saying,
Getting
like, I think,
goosebumps.
right? He said, I think this must have been the spirit that your granddaughter had seen.
Because his face was upside down.
That is messed
And they were telling my grandma, like, they've had other owners and they haven't had, like, any complaints about it. Very nice.
Good timing.
But none of the other owners had, like, kids.
That's so weird.
They were all, like, adults, and if they were visiting, you know, you normally don't go out in the garage. You just visit in the house.
Exactly.
But
Yeah, that's messed up.
He said like the person was living by himself.
Okay.
Like his wife had recently passed away. And he was like drinking out in his garage, and he had fallen from the loft.
Probably, yeah.
They think he was going to get like a box of something, like of his wife's, or to look through stuff because he had a bunch of pictures up there.
Wow,
Oh,
dude. So that building was still there?
Mm-hmm. It's
And
an old building.
It's a 100-year-old?
I mean, it's just a garage.
Oh, okay.
And like they built, so they had the what was it? They had the loft in the office there. They built a garage onto it.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
So that's why
That's creepy, man.
Yeah, I think that's why he was stuck in the loft, because when you go like down there, it's something new, and I think it was like a barrier he couldn't cross.
Gotcha.
But once it was blessed, it was fine. Like
Wow.
hopefully, he moved on or whatever.
Man,
and
that's creepy.
I just think it's creepy that my sister saw this person with an upside down face, like she was very specific.
Yeah.
And then later to find out a person had fallen and like twisted.
Exactly, their face got all messed up. They died, right? That's what you said. They
Yeah,
died
they broke
there,
their neck. He landed right on his head and it just
Nice.
snapped
What a way
his
to
neck
go.
completely.
Jeez, that sucks.
So
he's still hanging around, huh?
Well,
Or he was.
Yeah. Well, he might be. I don't know. Maybe it just weakened him.
Let's go do some Ghost Adventure shit over there,
dude.
I'll get like a bunch of recording devices.
I always like low key kind of want to,
Right?
Because I'm like, I'm at the point, where I'm like, I don't know, but I kind of want to get scared.
Yeah,
that's how I am a little bit, but I don't want anything to follow me home.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
want to
mess with that.
I'm like,
yeah,
it's not worth me not being able to sleep
it's
too.
not worth being haunted.
But then I see all these funny, like I used to like.
They're not fun, dude.
No,
Trust
no.
me.
I understand that. Like a ritual of mine was just getting really drunk and watching Ghost Adventures, like back in the day.
Yeah, Adam, right?
Yeah. What's his name? God, I forget. My name. He's got like a big intro.
Yeah.
He's like, my name's something.
We're plumbers during the day and ghost hunters.
No, it's a different one.
Oh, this is a different
It's
one?
the one dude.
This was
What's his
Mike.
name?
Wasn't it Mike?
No. He's like the pretty boy, Zach Baggins.
Oh, Zach Baggins.
Oh my gosh, and
That's
he went to that house in
right,
Gary.
Yes.
Which was now demolished.
Yes.
There was
They made
like
a
this
movie of
demon
it.
house in Gary.
Yeah, it was like a portal to hell or something.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
they claim. I mean,
That's what they claim.
that genuinely did creep me out though, just probably because it was so close.
Yeah.
To
Dude,
me. But like,
it's an hour away from us here, or 40 minutes. Mike isn't liking that wine, that's for sure.
That's good. After telling those stories, I got to take a few shots. of
Yeah,
something.
man,
I gotta
man.
pour you some
No,
wine.
no,
Yeah.
no.
I'm just kidding.
But those were like my two stories that really turned me into believer, just because
Yeah.
like the one I experienced, and you hear things at night, you think you see stuff, but like
Right.
that was like I was there, I knew what was happening. And then the one that my sister saw, I didn't experience at all. I never felt anything there, but to see that connection, like those two stories like turned me into a believer of ghosts. I'm not sure what happens after we die. I don't think we ever will, but it's kind of comforting to know that it feels like there is something that happens.
Hopefully you're not
There's
trapped
an
in a barn.
afterlife of
Yeah, hopefully
some
I'm not trapped in a barn.
Yeah, that would really suck.
It gets really fucking
with
drafty
an
up there.
upside down face. as
Scaring
well.
children
Yeah.
for the rest of your days.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty messed up, man.
It is. But like I said, it's stories like those that kind of build you. And like I said, it's strange. It's scary, especially when things are like bad like that, like pushing and like scaring kids. But
Yeah.
Scary.
at the same time, it is like, it's comforting to know this, like something is there. It might not be a dead person, but it's weird to know that it's just comforting to know we don't know everything.
Exactly.
I like that too. I
Yeah.
kind of like feeling like I don't have an explanation for everything. I like there's mysteries that
Right.
people
There's
haven't
like,
solved, or things you're not meant to know.
Yep.
I don't know. I like that.
there's
Creepy
no
shit.
answer. There's
But
no
it
answer
also
for it.
is terrifying at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the unknown. Yeah, that's. I mean, you don't. No one
I
knows.
don't know.
It's
I
creepy.
have like 3 distinct moments where I've never like seen anything, but I have felt. Well, I don't know. One of them is borderline seeing something. So like my friend and I used to do the ghost hunter thing. Like we were like.
Nice.
Probably like 11. We thought we like to entertain the notion that we were psychic. Like we'd be like,
Oh yeah, I think a lot
oh
of kids.
yeah. Like, oh my god, what is this picture? Like we'd find like a picture frame with like a black and white like old picture in it, but
Yeah.
it'd be like what came with the
Oh.
frame when you bought it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we'd be
It's
like,
like-
oh my god, it's a mystery.
It's like a
Yeah.
two like actors like sitting there like getting
like pretending to be
photographed or
Victorian and
models.
shit.
Yeah.
Like, but and then like I live in the woods pretty much. And there is this old foundation out in the woods. Like if you go walk far enough, you find like the foundation of this house.
Oh shit.
And it is actually a little bit spooky because we found some things that are like, what? And like one time we found a filing cabinet out there with like all these old burnt up files.
Dude.
Yeah, and like mason jars, really old mason jars, just that kind of like typical run of the mill old. What house was here, you know? And then also you'll find like beer cans and poke cards and like Pokemon cards and like
Pokemon cards.
Yeah, like
I'm gonna go out there right now. Give me a flashlight.
Is that you?
I was playing, by myself.
And then we found like this rusty key one day, and we were like, "This is the key. Like, we need to find out where it goes." Which is like, you can't. But anyway, so we definitely thought we were like up there with the ghost hunters.
That's cool.
But one time we were playing at her house, like we were in her room. We had like a free day from school or something. And both of us had gotten these doorbells for our room. I don't know. You've heard this story a couple times, Mike.
It makes my skin crawl.
I tried to tell it at the fundraiser for the imposters.
Oh, really?
But it was so noisy. I don't know if anybody could hear me.
Yeah.
And then I got really insecure because I was like, I'm like, no, this is stupid. But like, so if you hear it, I apologize.
I don't think I heard it that night.
I will tell you, get ready for your hair to stand up.
Yeah.
Because it really does creep me out.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we both got these doorbells for our doors.
Okay.
And hers was like a flower and mine was a butterfly. Like we got these matching things, and then you'd ring it to like enter the door. Whatever, you know how a doorbell works. Yeah.
It's just
we're like
you just hang it on your door.
Yeah, we thought it was like really cool. Like we were like, these are pretty dope.
It's pretty stellar.
And so we were sitting in her room one day, like I don't know what we were doing. We were playing with like Barbies or Polly Pockets or something, and like her doorbell rang, and it had been storming all morning, and so it just kind of provided this weird, like, I don't know if that's what. See, there's a part of me that wants to provide an explanation, but I'll just say it rang, and she was like, "Come in," and no one came in. And her dad was at work, and her mom had broken her leg, so she was downstairs on the couch, like down 2 flights of stairs, like in the basement watching TV. So there's no way.
There'd be no way
because like
get up 2
my
flights
friend
of stairs.
Gab, like she went to the door and looked out, and there was no one there. There's no way her mom was like, oh, and like shuffled away.
She's hobbling away as
running,
fast as she can.
And at this point we thought maybe her dad was home or something, because she was like, "Mom, did Dad just ring the doorbell?" And she's like, "No, Dad left for work." So we're like, okay, why did it ring? So we thought maybe like somehow the like vibration from the thunder set it off.
Oh yeah,
or something. Like we were like trying to provide an explanation for it.
Yeah.
And then we're like, I don't know. And then so we're talking about it, trying to figure out why it rang, and it rings again. And she was like, okay, it's not funny, as if anybody would be there, but there was no one there.
Yeah.
And I was like, it has to be the thunder. Like I don't know what else it could be.
What the heck?
And then she gets up and she was like, but it can't be because it's not even plugged in. Like it had to be, there's this long extension cord you had to plug into the wall for it to set up. And as she's holding the extension cord and looking at me, it rings. It fucking rings. And we were like, ah! And like ran downstairs away.
Fuck.
So it was just weird, right?
Oh my god.
But then,
right?
So flash forward like a month or two. My parents were at some like function.
Some
political House of Cards function. But anyway, and my brother was at his friend's house. I was home by myself, and my friend Gab was home by herself. So we were both on the phone with each other. And of course, I'm like pacing around my house, and we naturally
still freaked out?
started talking about the doorbell incident. We hadn't talked about it since it happened. We were like, that was just weird. I don't know why we brought it up, because I was already creeped out because I was home alone, and she was creeped out because she was home alone. But so we're talking about this doorbell incident, and I was like, yeah, it was really weird and blah, blah, blah. And I'm standing there almost like willing this to happen, looking at my doorbell on my door. And as we're talking about her doorbell going off inexplicably, not knowing what rang it, my doorbell fucking rings by itself. It just is like, and I was like, and she heard it over the phone. She was like, did you just press it? And I was like, no, I didn't do that. And as I'm watching it, the button that you press flies off the wall like towards me, and then just like dangles on its wire like this.
Oh my
so God. I'm not kidding you, these doorbells were like possessed.
What?
I don't know.
Where did you get these from?
I don't know. I took it down. Like I had my dad take it down. She had her dad take hers down. I think it might still be in my basement, though. I don't think I ever got rid of it.
You need to get the fuck.
You should give it to someone. Give it to someone you don't like.
Go ahead and take good care of this for me.
Pass it on like Jumanji.
It was really disturbing, though. Like, I actually... Ugh.
Dude, so the button on the bottom came at like.
Well, like, so there was a panel, like
Okay.
a tiny button that you'd hang outside of your door,
Okay.
and then you'd put the like sensor on the inside of your door.
Gotcha, yeah.
So when you're in your room, you hear it like,
You can hear it. It's got,
but
like,
it's
the
loud
speaker.
as hell. Like anytime, it was annoying to begin with, you know, like you could hear it across the whole damn house.
Yeah.
Right.
But
What
it
the
went
heck?
off by itself, and it
That
was
is some
terrifying.
spooky shit. That's like that
Yeah.
poltergeist stuff that I was like stuff moves and comes.
Yeah.
out.
And like, yeah, flying off the wall. Like
It's crazy that you were
No,
just
no, no.
holding it
Yeah.
like without the extension cord. So there's no way it could have made a sound.
That is
No.
messed up.
And then the fucking
No.
thing flies at you. What the shit?
yeah,
know.
screw that.
Ugh. It's
not
not
for
great.
me. See, I don't have any cool stories like that. I'm just like, yeah, I don't fucking know. Some shit happened in my house that I was too young to know about.
You just been heard tell about
Yeah,
it.
exactly. I don't know. That is insane, though.
Yeah.
That's some spooky stuff.
The other thing that happened
Yeah, lay it on
is
us.
worse.
Really?
Oh,
Well, sort of. I don't know. Okay, so my brother had this thing called an iToy, and it was like the pre-Wii, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
Like, so it was this little camera that you'd set up, and you could play games, and you'd be like on the TV
Yeah.
screen,
Yep.
like chopping.
It's kinda like the
sushi
Kinect,
and like
right?
stuff like that. I don't know. All I know is it was called an iToy.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice. I like it.
Like, and like, I don't know. So the way you'd get from the main menu to like a game, you'd have to like walk over to the camera and you'd put your thumb in front of the screen, and then it would like turn the screen dark, and it'd be like bloop bloop, and I'd go back to the main menu. So Kyle and I were home alone again. My mom and dad were clearly
They're out partying.
They
They're at a
neglected us
function.
all the time. And well, here's the thing: when you tell your parents this shit, they never believe you.
Oh,
They're
no.
like,
Especially when you're that
there's
young."
a logical explanation.
Exactly.
No, there's not. The doorbell flew off the wall. But anyway, so we're playing this iToy game, and as we're playing it together, like in this like team like level,
Yeah.
the screen went dark, and we thought it was just like malfunctioning or like there was something wrong with it. But it kept going bloop 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 bloop, like making the like sound like it was trying to get back to the main menu.
Yeah.
But once it does that sound, you remove your thumb, and then it goes to
And
the
it
main
goes-
menu.
and it does it,
But
yeah.
it just stayed dark, and it was just like this darkness over the screen, and it was like bloop 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 bloop,
Dude.
bloop, bloop, as if someone was covering up the screen with their thumb, and it was neither of us. So we were starting to get chilled because
Yeah.
like there's just this black screen with that sound effect, and we could see our reflections in the TV screen. And then we both just got like super uneasy, like neither of us were moving. We were just like, and out of nowhere, this gust of wind that's like a wind. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. We were in my basement.
Yeah.
It was like audible. Like we felt it like, like it felt like almost like someone had blown towards us, but it was huge. And it shook the lampshades.
Oh my
it shook
God.
the cords to pull the light switches.
What the
It shook
hell?
like my brother's hoodie. Like it shook the like tassels on his
Yeah.
hoodie, and my hair blew in front of my face. I have no explanation for what this was. I don't know what it was.
God.
It honestly felt like a presence. You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
it's
And then
so
we just
creepy.
ran up the stairs and like did not play with that toy ever again.
Yeah.
Like
You got all these haunted little like kids toys. And shit.
yeah, clearly that's my issue. Like
Don't
everything
buy
is
any
haunted.
children's games or kids toys. That is fucked up though.
Do you still have it in your basement?
I don't know where the iToy went. I'll have to ask
Ooh.
Kyle about that.
Give it to Mike.
I know. I'm 98% sure I still have the doorbell somewhere.
Oh, dude.
I just don't know where it is.
You should find that.
My
and,
basement
like,
is a
burn
gold
it.
mine of
Yeah,
like creepy toys.
Haunted
Oh, yeah.
relics
Yeah.
from the past.
Yeah, really. It's like a museum of haunted things. That
Yes.
little Annabelle dolls down
Yes.
there.
Well, my mom did have this Chatty Cathy doll that is like from the 50s, and it talks and it's creepy.
Those
and I
things
used
are
to have
so
it in my room, and it used to creep me out. Like that's down there. That's like one of the first things you see.
Fuck that.
No.
I'm not a fan
No.
of dolls.
No.
I don't like the
dolls
dolls.
are not. No.
Ugh, fuck that. There's two. Yeah. Dude, what's that one movie, Dead Silence? You ever seen that?
Yeah, with the puppets.
dummies.
Screw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie's terrifying.
That reminded me of your brother's basement because he has all those ventriloquist dummies down there.
And those were down there when the gust of wind moved by. But yeah,
It
Kyle,
was the
my brother,
dummies.
he collects ventriloquist dolls. He has like
What?
5 dummies.
What? Is he any
Yeah.
good? Can he do it?
No.
Does he like practice?
You know, I gotta say, I don't know how good his actual ventriloquism skills are, but the dummies are scary as hell.
Dude, those things are so weird.
They are.
Like
I
the whole,
hate
since the whole
dummies.
Chucky movies and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, nah.
They had Night
Nah,
of
nah,
Living
nah.
Dummy too.
Yeah. Dude,
Oh yeah,
that one is
Slappy.
fucked up.
He has Slappy, like the original Slappy.
Slappy.
He does?
Yes.
Oh, I can't come over anymore.
What's that? That Jack Black was in that one, right?
Yeah, Goosebumps.
Goosebumps.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
The show was
R.L.
so good.
dun. Yeah.
Remember at the end, there's like a tip of the
he's
hat
like,
to R.L. Stein or whatever.
Remember? Oh, I don't
Remember
know. I
because
haven't seen the movie.
he's in it.
Yeah,
The Jack Black movie, remember? He's like,
oh yeah, he's like
the
the
music.
janitor or
No, he's the
something.
music teacher, and
was
Jack
he?
Black is the English teacher. Remember? Because R.L. Stein is actually in the movie, but Jack Black was playing R.L. Stein.
Right.
And I think they kind of like switched roles a little bit. He's like
That's
the music
wild.
and actor teacher, or
Right.
theater teacher. Pretty
So-
crazy. That is spooky as fuck, though.
Is it like this? This has happened in the same place, right? Your house.
This is
Yeah.
Do you think it's something like I'm always on the ghost side of things, so I like to think is it something like trying to communicate via like electronically?
Oh God, I
to
don't know.
you?
I've never really given it thought.
She's never dug deep into this.
I haven't. Like Kyle and I have joked like maybe because we used to find arrowheads a lot out in the woods. So like
So it's
are
my
we on an
people.
Indian burial ground?
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
You
Mike.
didn't have Mike to go
yeah,
out there and
Mike,
talk him down.
come
Hey,
try to figure
stop
it out.
Hey, stop
I mean,
it.
He's got a big campfire.
It's okay,
Jesus
everyone. I'm Native
Christ.
American.
stop it.
Oh my god. You just got a giant campfire roaring. You're like painted up and everything. Like, what's Mike out there?
I
What's
would
he,
do that.
What the fuck's he doing?
Mike
Don't
can
worry.
because Mike is Native
He's
American.
talking
I
to his
can.
people.
Everyone, listen here. It's okay because I am.
Yes.
Have you had anything like electronically happen to you since like that game?
Honestly, I have not. I'm trying to think. Like,
Yeah.
I hate talking about it because, like, I'm like, no, nothing's really happened since then.
Mm-hmm.
And then you don't want like.
But then I'm like,
something to
well,
happen.
Yeah.
something's gonna happen
You're
tonight.
jinx yourself or
Yeah.
whatever.
The last creepy thing that happened in my house is we did use a Ouija board. My friends and I was in like 8th grade.
I'm out.
And I swear to you, I really didn't buy into that. I thought it was kind of more like a mental thing. Like
yeah.
when you all have your hands on the pointer, you kind of like all, there's some word for it, some phenomenon.
Yeah.
But
It's
I
like-
shit you not, I took my fingers off of the pointer and so did my friends. We each tried it and asked it a question that like no one would know. Like my uncle used to tell us this really scary story growing up called Tippy. And it was about this woman who like drowned in the Tippy canoe. He would tell it when we were at our cottage.
Oh, nice.
Of course.
That's creepy.
And her name was Tippy, obviously. And then every night, the reason he told us this story is because we would see this fisherman go out every night and fish for like crawfish in the dark with just like one light.
Yeah.
And we were like, what is he doing? And my uncle would be like, he's looking for Tippy.
Oh my god.
Oh
my god.
And wait, okay, this is like very weird. And I am plug for the imposters. I am writing a play about this right now. But
Nice.
my uncle actually died because he had a cut on his leg and he went swimming in the Tippy canoe and he got this flesh-eating virus called necrotizing fasciitis.
Oh my god.
And he died within 72 hours. So Kyle and I believed for years that it was because of Tippy, because he was telling us about Tippy.
Right. Dude.
No one would know that though. I didn't really tell anybody that. I didn't like broadcast it to my 8th grade friends really.
Yeah.
I took my hands off the pointer and I asked like what the name of the woman in this story was that my uncle used to tell, and it spelled out Tippy.
Oh my god.
You know, like why would it do that unless it was a demon? Anyway,
It knew.
it knew.
I don't screw. Man.
Just don't mess with them.
That's the thing.
That's
I
all
don't
I'm
mess
saying.
around with those Ouija boards.
I think it has to be like you have a group mentality and you're reaching out, like all of you are reaching out. It's kind of what Mallory's describing, like you did something in their acting class where someone
you
was there.
will someone to do an action. Like,
Yeah. Because you had told this person, like, they left the room and they're like, what are we going to tell her to do, like, through mental thought? And it was like, touch, I think it was your professor's glasses.
Yeah.
And she came back and she was, like, touching his face or something really close to it,
Yeah,
right?
and then she kept like booping his nose.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
she was getting so close to the glasses, which was what we were all willing her to do.
Right. Dude, I've heard of the same thing, the like
And-
putting it out into the universe kind of deal.
She eventually did it too.
Did she grab them?
No
I'm
shit.
pretty sure. I think what our goal was for her to take them off and put them on.
Okay.
And I think she took them off. I don't know that she put them on.
Yeah.
But it was weird. There is a word for that. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, you're sending out like this mental energy.
Yeah.
I think that's how Ouija boards can work.
Right. I don't think they themselves are evil or what have you, because I mean, fuck, they're sold by Hasbro.
Yeah.
But I think when you get like,
I think when you have the right, when you all have that mindset.
right,
together.
it focuses you though. Like you all are
Yeah.
focused on one thing, and that's like reaching out to something. And I feel like what you said, Johnny, when you put stuff out, like it comes back.
It's going to come back.
And sometimes you get something good and sometimes you don't. Do you think that might have been...
secret.
Do you think that might have been your uncle?
I don't know. I don't know because we asked them, which this is what they say never to do, but we did. We were like, is there someone here? And it said yes. God. And then we were like, what's your name? And it said Abe.
Abe. It's the president.
It's Abe Lincoln. I know. And then we asked, where are you? And it spelled out behind you.
Oh, fuck no.
Yeah. I swear
I'd be like, I'm out.
I couldn't sleep in my room for like a month after that because we were in my room when it happened.
Oh no.
That is creepy as shit.
Yeah, but that's the last knock on wood. That's the last creepy thing that's happened in my home.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's terrifying. I don't know. That's fucked up. Like I said, I don't have any cool stories. I wish I did. The only literally the only ones was when my mom was down there telling you, there was we'd come home, there'd be big band music playing and the rocking chair rocking at our old house. Stephanie would get all freaked out. Seriously, it is weird, right? Stephanie would get all freaked out and stuff. She said she'd see stuff. I'd sleep through the night and she wouldn't sleep well. And I'd be like, I don't know. I just think I never got bothered. I'm not sensitive to that stuff, but
yeah.
But that one clock, that was the one thing I can remember pretty fondly. I was really young, but I remember all the guts were ripped out of it and it would just go off every once in a while. It's like, what in the fuck?
It's like the electronical
stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. You guys are more like electronically.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not, I don't know. I think we're related, or my mom is related to, what's the story of the girl in Illinois got hit coming home from prom, and she's in a white dress. People always see her. It's called something Mary. She's named
Bloody
after...
Mary? Oh,
no, she's named after the... yeah, right? She's named after the graveyard she's buried in. Something Mary. Hang on a sec.
Are you related though? That's
yes,
freaky.
she's related somehow. Illinois.
Well, your mom said when I was getting the haircut, I always come back to the haircut.
Yeah.
When me and your sister were talking. Wow, that shot of wine really got me.
Resurrection Mary, that's her name.
She was saying that she saw
Chicago's hitchhiking ghost.
She saw a little boy and that old man, and your sister saw that little boy. So it might just be that they're
might be
more
together
sensitive than you and Kim, for example.
They probably are. I definitely am not. Me and my dad are just I don't know. We're probably just oblivious to things.
You just
that
fucking hit deer with your car.
Screw it. Yeah.
You're like, it's fine.
It's yeah, whatever. But no, she's related to Resurrection Mary, and I guess you see this girl in a white prom dress walking down the street.
Yeah.
And people have been the legend is that people pick her up. And she tells them that she's going to the prom at the night at the high school, which is in Chicago somewhere, East Chicago or whatever. And as they pass the graveyard, she's buried and she disappears out of the car or some shit like that. So
wow.
I don't know.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. It's a big folklore kind of thing.
That's spooky.
Rose's dad had a weird experience. I remember him telling us, and he is he's a steel mill worker, no nonsense kind of guy. But even when he told, I believe him when he told me this. He said that he was going to work one morning really early. He was working midnights or working nights or whatever, and it was just getting light out, I think. And he saw, I forget what the hell it was. He saw a girl standing on a bridge, over a river somewhere, looking down. I can't remember if he said she jumped or she was in traffic or jumped or did something to the extent where she would have died. Right. I think she might have jumped off the bridge or something. And he pulled over the car and went to look for her or something like that. And he said the next day, someone else came and talked. He's like, I saw some fucked up shit coming to work today. The same exact story.
Same story.
Yeah. I was like, wow. I was like, what are the odds?
I love that kind of lore.
Mm-hmm.
Especially I think in Northwest Indiana, there's a few different things that when you're a teenager and you're bored, you seek that stuff out.
Exactly.
There's one called Dog Face Bridge.
Yep.
You guys
I know exactly
that?
what you're talking about. It's in Hebron, I think, right?
Yeah, Hebron. Yeah. That's where it is.
Uh-huh.
That
what
weirds
happens
me out.
there?
I don't really know that story. Just something.
Sorry. I'm sniffing like crazy.
Oh, you're fine.
No. It's in Hebron. It's over by Cole's house. It goes over the river, I think. It's something. Let me look it up. Actually, I'll look it up right now. What is it? Dog face. Dog head. Dog face.
That's a
bridge.
deer.
Indiana.
Kayla.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yep,
that's a head.
Dog
That's
face
a
bridge.
My mind's
San
on the
Pierre.
brew.
That's out there. Yeah.
Oh, San Pierre.
That's close.
That's a weird place.
The bridge is a couple of legends that surround it. One involves a 1950s honeymooning couple and a dog that ran out in front of the car, causing them to drive off the bridge. There have been many reports of things in the area, including apparitions of bodies, females apparitions with a dog head, groaning and howling sounds, and they say that the bridge is no longer there, but its cement blocks are remaining pretty fucking well.
It just got so windy outside.
Oh my God, Kayla, you scared the shit out of me.
I'm sorry. What if I was like,
what?
there's a dog head floating. It's right behind Johnny.
I've been like, enough. No more witch's brew for you.
I spiked the witch's brew. Oh God, that's hilarious. No, but there's some crazy like little hauntings in Northwest Indiana. I feel
I know
like.
when Casey was down south, she went like on a ghost tour where they go to like these haunted spots.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And she was saying something to where it was like they park there and you're supposed to see like a light. Yeah, like you blink your light and then you see like a light in the distance like come on. It's like someone lighting a lantern.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what there's some weird lore like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look to see if there was a list that I just pulled
in Northwest
up.
Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my friends and I used to go down Stagecoach Road all the time.
Where's that at?
That's in like Ogden Dunes area.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's just a spooky road.
That
with a
literally
big
just
dune
came up.
Where you go, supposedly if you get out of your car and walk up this dune hill thing, when you get back in your car, you'll have like bruises all over you. And like supposedly someone got like
Diana of the Dunes.
Diana!
She
I think
appears.
She like, got battered or she hung herself. I've heard like several different things. Nothing ever happened to us when we went down that, but we never got out of our car either. So
She was murdered by a drifter whom she'd taken up with.
Oh.
Ew.
I don't know what that means.
God
A
damn.
She was
drifter.
having some wild sex parties with drifters, and
on that dune, probably.
dude just beat them up, beat her up afterwards.
God damn it.
It's a spooky place.
Dude, oh my God.
There's a lot of creepy places.
Notre Dame, they say there's the Washington Hall in Notre Dame, Hayloft Restaurant in Plymouth, Circus Train wreck site.
Oh my God, Hammond.
Is that in Hammond?
Yes.
You did a play over
Yes,
that, right?
Roustabout.
Roustabout,
It's a
yeah.
really, it's like one of the worst circus train wrecks.
24-car train carrying the entirety of the popular Hagenbeck Wallace
Hagenbeck
Circus.
Wallace.
That's it, yeah.
Wallace.
There you go. Causing a conflagration that killed nearly 100 circus performers and animals. It said you can still hear the panic cries of the dying animals in the night, and the wreck occurred 5 miles outside of Hammond, Indiana. Wow.
Yeah, and they have like a mass grave in Chicago. Most of the people were just thrown in and they were never identified. So it's like really depressing.
Dude.
Yeah.
But
that's
it's,
sad.
Isn't that weird that that happened in Hammond? I mean,
so sad.
We should go.
The inn at,
we should not go.
The inn at,
Mike.
Dude, let's do it. We'll go there with some cameras and videotape
God
Mike
damn it.
trying to contact spirits.
Where the Hagenbeck Wallace Circus crashed.
Oh my gosh.
I did go ghost hunting once.
Where?
It was in Illinois. I couldn't tell you where it was. This was back when I was in high school. But me and a friend of mine back in the day, we went to this asylum. And it was all broken down. It was all broken down. And this was during the day. And we went into it.
One
and it was,
step in the right direction.
Yeah. But it was like in the
sun was
middle
out.
of the town. Like there was just a town around. And it was just like an old, abandoned, broken down building. And we went in it, and there was like a chapel in there. You could see like the cafeteria, individual rooms.
Spooky.
And it was all like, deteriorated, and people were like doing the graffiti on there. But something we fucked up with, and I cannot believe I did this as a youngster, because I would have like screamed at myself. We went down in like the crawl space. Like they didn't have a basement, but a crawl space. Pitch fucking black. And we have like the flashlights like going back and forth. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm more worried about finding someone alive than I am dead
like
at
some
this
homeless
moment.
dude down
there.
Well, what we found down there. Oh, the cat! God damn, you scared the shit out of me.
I'm sorry, I pointed again.
But we did find a mattress and like
Oh, yeah.
a fucking reclining
Ew.
chair.
You know
right
what was
there.
going on down there? Some homeless sex.
Whatever.
The best kind.
But I was like, we gotta
Best
leave
kind.
because I don't want these people to like come
Yeah,
back because
exactly.
it looked like it was used.
They're probably doing drugs, heroin, and fucking tripping out on that.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine if we went at
Oh
night.
my God.
Because then everything would have been like pitch black.
Screw
Are you okay,
that.
Kayla?
I'm just laughing about the homeless.
Hey, you gotta do
Anyway,
what
I'm
you gotta
sorry.
do, even if you don't have a home.
You're scaring Mike over here. No, but there's the
I
in
can't
it.
like hear footsteps
I know.
coming at me, so
'Cause
whenever
I-
I see someone appear,
Yep.
it scares me.
Look who's coming over to
You're
her.
really tall.
The cat is going over. She knows he's getting fed.
Anyway,
Fifi.
sorry.
But there's the inn at
Continue.
Aberdeen.
Oh.
Have you ever
That
you've
was
driven past that in Valpo?
Yeah.
And it says
Oh.
that this 1850s It's converted into a fancy bed and breakfast for weddings and stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's rumored to have been a stop at the Underground Railroad. It's also rumored to be haunted by the ghost of a young girl who likes to sit on the steps. And in the fireplace in the old master's bedroom is reported to occasionally light itself.
Oh, that's got to be a sight to behold.
That would be insane.
There's a lot of old things in Valpo. Like, a lot of the buildings are still there
That's
from
true.
that time.
Yeah. It's a cool town. I like Valpo.
We should probably go ghost hunting there.
Probably. Let's go to that Hammond site. We'll have Mike go there and contact the spirits.
Mike, we will not go.
I already did.
We looked at Resurrection. You said you're related to Resurrection Mary.
She is Resurrection Mary, actually. She's going to disappear in a few minutes.
Oh, gosh.
In the flesh.
You got to go to the prom, Carol?
Exactly. No, but that's crazy. Like I said, I've never really had any like first-hand experience besides the clock. I know. Pretty much man. I'm lucky. Yeah. But it's crazy. I don't know. Pretty wild stuff, you guys. But Kayla, thank you for joining us today, dude. It's
Halloween
been an awesome episode.
I am so flattered and honored.
And hang on a sec.
I'll see you next time.
See you next.
I will be the new guest.
Me? The new Mike?
We got you a little goodie bag for
what?
coming out onto the podcast for Halloween, dude. Check it out. Yeah. We got you a Halloween goodie bag from the Cyber Shindig podcast.
This is everything I like.
There's just doorbells in there.
Lagunitas IPA. Oh my gosh, there is a taffy apple. Affy Tapple, I should say.
Affy Taffle, Taffy Apple.
What is this?
There's all sorts of little
I thought
goodies.
This was a cigar for a second.
That'd be pretty cool too. It's like a
It's a
Swisher
big
Sweets.
cigar, yeah. It's a glow cigar.
Oh boy.
You got to break the cigar.
So nice.
Yeah, we just want to say thanks for coming on and
Yeah.
having fun for Halloween and stuff. So it's a good little, little time of year. So
Anytime.
heck yeah, you have to
I'll
come
look
back on.
forward to the next time.
You need to come back on. It's fun.
Yeah.
Come to one of our D&D nights too. That'd be a good time. Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, yes, I would love to.
D&D. It's fun.
It's a good time.
Mike's a good dungeon master.
I try.
Mike is a good,
He's just a good dude,
yeah,
right?
like he's
Look
like
at him.
the caller
Right?
of the show.
Pretty much. He's just a good dude, man.
I just have my
what a
little
good
notebook.
bloke.
That's all I do.
Good
Good
bloke.
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 Bloody
Hey,
Give me
good
some.
bloke.
Give me a bloke.
Give me a bloke.
No, that's awesome. I'm like I said, I'm really glad you came on. We had a lot of fun, and I think everyone is gonna really like this episode.
Yeah.
because it
I hope
fits
so.
right in the spirit, and it's gonna be Halloween's Tuesday.
Halloween's Wednesday. It's
Wednesday.
right there, man.
That sucks.
Three
it's on a
more
Wednesday.
days.
I know. Well, that means you can take each weekend to celebrate.
That's
though.
true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Like this weekend has already been full of celebration. Next
has.
weekend,
I think a lot of people did celebrate
more.
this weekend.
Yeah, Saturday. Like at the bar, there's a lot of people in costumes.
Yeah.
I
just
saw
hanging
people
out.
in costumes at the gas station
You saw
today.
a lot of.
Oh yeah, I saw a lot of people at the bars.
I was gonna say you saw a lot of things at the bar.
There's
most
a lot
likely.
of little tickle fight action,
Yeah.
little plug,
Were
plug,
you there?
a little plug into the podcast.
Yeah.
You know how it is. Anyways, Kayla, where can people find you online and stuff? Can we follow you?
Me?
Like, yeah, on
Oh my
Instagram or what?
gosh! Follow me on Instagram.
Do it.
My Instagram handle is KK and by that I mean it's KAY Bells.
Nice.
Jingle,
Yes.
jingle.
Nice.
Jingle jangle,
Heck
and
yeah.
I'm like, add me on Facebook.
Yeah, and check out your part. She's a part of the Imposters Theater Company.
Yes.
So check them out online, and we've plugged them a few times on the podcast. But yeah, check them out. They're on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes,
all sorts of good
Imposters
stuff.
Theater.
Yep. Anything
Look
in the
us
works?
up.
Anything in the works? Did you say you were writing some stuff?
Yeah, I'm writing a play right now, and we're probably gonna have a reading in like April.
Nice.
So
Awesome.
It's a tippy if you were interested in that story.
Dude.
Very true
what a
story
cool-
of mine. It's just the
What a cool plug,
yeah.
too. Like, it all comes full circle.
Yes. Yes.
That's
You guys-
awesome.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. So, yeah, check out Kayla on Instagram. Check out the Imposters. And Mike, where can the freaking pumpkin fuckers of the Cyber Shindig podcast find you, dude?
Mike's face.
Please don't do anything to pumpkins.
Hey,
Don't
send,
find me.
Send Mike Instagram direct messages of you fucking pumpkins. That's what I want
Do
you to
not
do.
do that, please. You can
Happy
find
Halloween.
me. And we need to find out next time from the good doctor, because I asked him to get me a new
Oh.
Instagram handle.
Yeah.
Because our last listener decided what mine was now, which
What was
is
it?
the underscore
Oh, yeah.
underscore king.
Yeah.
The middle underscore is spelt out. The other two are not.
Or just the symbols.
Yeah, so
Such
I'm
a
gonna
confusing.
probably get a new one next time we listen to our voicemail, see what the good doc has to offer.
Old
Ah.
Doc.
Yeah.
Old Dr.
Because it's becoming
Will.
a mouthful to say the underscore
is.
underscore king. So.
Dr. Phil's brother calls into our podcast and leaves us voicemail messages.
Yeah.
Apparently. That's who he says he is, at least. So I'm taking his word for it.
Yeah. He went to medical school, he said.
Pretty notable.
Guys, you can find me on Instagram, Johnny.Goodrich, on Twitter, Johnny Goodrich, and follow the podcast on Instagram, Cyber Shindig. I think it's just Cyber Shindig.
Cyber Shindig on Instagram.
Twitter is Cyber Shindig Pod, and Facebook.
Cyber Shindig Podcast.
Yeah, I'll be posting some links for YouTube. I'll be putting this on YouTube, so make sure to check it out. Darn it,
check it out.
And we'll do some little promo videos for this episode too for Instagram. So
yeah, definitely.
We'll tag you in it, Kayla.
Boom, tag.
That's me.
Tag her up.
Tag me.
Tag it, guys. Thanks again for listening to the Cyber Shindig podcast. Kayla, thanks for joining us.
It was a
blast.
It was so much fun.
You need to come on again. And
yes.
We'll hang out and drink some more Lagunitas, and you can hang out with my dog too.
Yeah,
yes.
Chuck.
Chuck and I are
you
besties.
have a new best friend.
Yeah,
he loves you. You can go. You can take him home if you want. He eats a lot of food though.
That's a tempting one.
So, guys, thanks again for joining us. We'll catch you next time on the Cyber Shindig podcast.